Yo, we are back. It's the Goodfellas Podcast. It's your boy Dougie. Got A Will 5 with me. And it's almost that time. NBA tip off. It's almost that time.
Week away.
1 week. 1 week.
I'm thirsty.
I drink it.
Let's get it busting.
1 week. So we got Toronto and New Orleans. And we got the Battle of LA. Clippers and Lakers, right? Zion, first game. We got AD, LeBron, you got Kawhi, no Paul George.
Yeah, no George.
The show's still hurt.
You know, he's healing. Okay. That's what they say.
He's out for till November, right? What, mid-November?
At the least.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's cracking, man. NBA season is back, man.
Sound like they're a little scared to me.
NBA season is back.
They scared
A
already?
little scared.
NBA season is
Nice.
back.
Did the man have 2 shoulder surgeries?
It just sound like they're a little scared to me, man.
Okay, well, you know.
They,
What cover was that? They posted that picture. Was that Slam?
The boy.
They was out there. What was?
That's a great question.
You know, the last team that posted a picture. Well, it necessarily wasn't on that level as like in team jerseys, but posted a picture, and they was absolutely doo doo.
Oh.
the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, not doo doo as far as like they didn't win no games, but when it came down to them to actually win in the playoffs, they was doo doo. The Indiana Pacers.
Oh, yeah, when they had the
They
R&B
had
cup.
Stevenson, PG, David West, Hibbert, George Hill.
I do remember that.
You remember that? They ain't do nothing.
I mean, yeah, the team was real first roundish.
Wow. Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated. That's what we got. Reinvention.
Yeah. They got
Nobody. Why they got Shamet in the
I was
background?
just going to say they got Landry Shamet.
In the background.
Wow.
That's one of their hitters, man. He one of their hitters, one of their top 6.
I'm gonna be talking shit.
He's
about
one
the
of their
Clippers.
top 6?
Yeah, they ain't even got Zubek in the picture. Zubek starting.
Wow. That's sad.
That's what they need in the picture.
Y'all ready for Shaman? Y'all scared of Shaman?
He did hit a. He hit a big shot last year. I give him that. Hit that one shot
Big shot against who?
He said, "Are you scared of him?" He didn't
against
ask.
Golden State. Hit the game on the 3 in the playoffs. That's all he can do is
So
shoot.
you scared of him?
Nah, I was just giving him a little bit of credit because I ain't giving him no more the rest of the year.
Was that his only basket of the game?
Wow.
Nah, he actually had a decent game. I think it was one of them Blue Wheel games where he went crazy.
You talking about the game when they came back from down 30?
It might have been that game. Yeah, it was in Golden State.
Okay, yeah. Well, they won both the games Thursday, but it's probably the 30-point game.
So, I mean, it's so much to talk about. Not even opening night, though. It's just so much. We're going to break down who we got, our top 8 in the Eastern and Western Conference. But you want to do the over and under first? Y'all want to do over and under first?
I thought
So we can do top. How y'all feeling?
No, we'll start with the order.
All right, so who want to go first?
the order of who making the playoff.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta give you.
You can freestyle.
I'm saying I gotta give you 1 through 8 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting with 8.
Yikes.
8 and going up. Let's do the Eastern Conference first.
We're gonna do the East first.
Let's do the East first.
That's tough. So wide open. Jared, you go. Five, you go first.
All right, I'll go first. My number 8 seed. I'm gonna probably miss somebody, but I'm gonna freestyle it. My number 8 seed is going to be the Miami Heat.
All right.
All right, my 7 seed is going to be. I'm gonna mess this up. I know I am. This is my 7 seed is gonna be the Detroit Pistons.
Okay.
My 6 seed is gonna be the Indiana Pacers.
All right.
When does what's his name come back?
Oladipo.
Oladipo.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the first. Gotta be by Christmas at least. So they were my 6 seed.
Yeah.
My 5 seed is gonna be the Boston Celtics. My 4 seed is going to be the Toronto Raptors.
Ooh.
My 3 seed is going to be the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh.
Brooklyn has a 3 seed.
Let's write this list down. Hold on.
Yeah,
We gotta keep track of this.
let's start over.
Oh,
My 2nd seed is going to be the 76ers. And my 1 seed will be the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh.
Brooklyn too high.
So you got the Bucks.
I think Brooklyn is going to be really, really good.
It's like the first time he started Brooklyn was gonna be really good. Hopefully,
I mean,
you
they
better
were 4
the second-
seed. I mean,
hopefully
they
you
were
better the second time.
they were
around.
4 seed
You
when
said
they
was
won 50
going- You
games.
said they was going to the finals.
I mean,
She said they won.
When they had Brook Lopez, Paul Pierce, KG during the Miami games,
I mean, they
the
lost
man
to
said they were
Miami.
going to the finals.
I thought they had a chance.
They did have a chance.
I thought
Everybody
they
got
had
a
a chance.
chance.
I thought they had a chance.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, Lim.
This Brooklyn team, you picking better than that one. So I give you that.
This Brooklyn, I think they've upgraded. Even though Russell fit the system, they've upgraded their point guard. They get LeVert back. They still have Dinwiddie. They've added DeAndre Jordan along with Jared Allen. I actually like DeAndre Jordan because he just fits the mold. Bless you. He fits the mold better than Jared Allen because Jared Allen kind of gets pushed around sometimes. The Nets give it up to centers. That's going to stop. DeAndre Jordan's going to stop some of that. And then now you can use Jared Allen as a really good backup. And Kenny Atkinson gets a lot out of his players. As long as they can stay healthy, he's getting a lot of their players. And Kyrie's an upgrade from Russell. I don't care what anybody says about Kyrie. He's an upgrade from D'Angelo Russell. He's going to give you just as much scoring. He's a better leader. He's just a better basketball player. No disrespect to D'Angelo Russell. The one team that I am kind of salty that I don't have in here is the Orlando Magic. I think they still can be good. And I think they still can be good enough to make the playoffs. But they really haven't upgraded anywhere. They're kind of bringing back everybody, and then they're kind of hoping that folks kind of comes full surface for them.
Jesus.
And I mean, he's looked good in preseason. I don't know if you've watched him. I watched one game in preseason. He actually looked pretty decent. But it's going to take some time for him to get some confidence back. So that's my 8 knees. You write that down?
Yeah.
Send that to me. Make sure you send
I
it
got
to me.
you. I got you.
I want to stand on that. I want to guarantee.
The crazy part about that list, though, is like it's only a realistic chance, at least to me, of outside of those 8, and then you mentioned Orlando, 9 a possible 10 teams that can make the playoffs in the East. And the other team, I was gonna say, would be the Hawks.
I like the Hawks.
Cause, you know
I
what?
don't like the Hawks right away, though. Maybe they might be a year away.
I do got a wild card team that I think can make the playoffs if they stay healthy. You got your list? You want me to go?
You can go. I got mine. but I'm gonna let you go.
I got a feeling I know what wild card you're gonna say.
Yeah.
And it's gonna sound real bad
It's
coming
gonna
out your
sound
mouth.
terrible.
I know it's gonna sound
You
bad.
better not say what I ain't gonna say.
Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
You might have
You
the
might
same-
well start off with that. Start off with that one.
You got the same wild card I got? They might be my 8 seed.
Start off
No,
with this
but
one.
say-
It's gonna sound real. I already know
It's gonna sound awful.
I can't wait for you to say it so you can sound
Please
dumb.
don't say
It's
it.
gonna sound awful.
Go ahead
Think
and
about
say
it.
it.
Don't do it.
They not my.
Go. You gotta say
Say
it now.
wild card? Or
They can make it, but I don't think they better than the other team that I think.
So you gotta go ahead and say it now.
I think the Bulls got to try to make the
I
playoffs.
knew he was gonna say it.
I think the Bulls got to try to make the playoffs.
They my 8 seed.
Yeah, if they stay healthy, the health is their only thing.
You're not healthy now.
Well, there you go. So, with that being said, it would not surprise me if the Chicago Bulls, if healthy, made the playoffs as an 8 seed. But I'm taking health into consideration here, and
They don't have no bigs, man. They don't have any bigs.
Do they need bigs in the
You
East?
need bigs in the NBA these
In the
days.
East?
who they got? They got Marketing. Who's that center? They got
Hey, Wendell Carter
Wendell
Jr.
Carter.
The same.
Wendell Carter.
They don't have no backup. Gafford is their backup, or Felicio.
Yeah.
I actually like Gafford. Gafford is actually. He's
They added Thaddeus.
He's
They
a
do
4
have
though.
that,
He's
yeah.
a 4 though.
I know. I'm just talking about what they added. They
Yeah,
added
but he's
Thaddeus.
gonna push. He's gonna
That
push
is
minutes out of the
definitely
market.
a game changer. Definitely get you
They
the
probably
playoffs.
could run marketing at the 5. I mean, the NBA that we in now, depending on who the matchup wise.
German said, hell no.
I mean, look at the East though. Look at the
Hey,
East.
don't get me wrong. I'm not like.
I mean, look at the East. Embiid, Lopez, Horford, who else? Vooch, Drummond, DeAndre Jordan. Like, you need a center. Those days of not having a center is probably over with. Gasol.
Both of
They get. He's they got Levine.
I like Levine.
They still got Dunn. He healthy.
They're not gonna play Dunn, man. They're gonna phase Dunn out, man. They're gonna phase Dunn out.
But anyway, they're not AC though. But staying healthy, they would, be close. Jesus. Damn. Miami. I gotta go with Miami.
That's 8.
You think they could be higher?
He said the East playoffs gonna look like damn near the same they did last year.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna stick with the Detroit Pistons at 8.
Okay.
We go Detroit at 8. At 7, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say Miami can be a 7 seed. They ain't saying much, but they could be 7.
I mean, they didn't make it last year, so it is saying a lot.
6. I'm gonna say, God damn it. I'm gonna say Boston.
I'm on board with that. I kind of wanted to put them in 6, but
5th, I'm gonna say Toronto. I wanted to put them. You could flip flop them with Boston however you want to, but I got them 5th. 4th, gonna go Brooklyn. If I can forget somebody.
you missing a team that I said.
No, I don't know if I want Indy that high.
You have to make it in the playoffs.
See,
Trying to see like a healthy Orlando for the 8 seed.
Because I mean they got Lamb, they got Brogdon, then you got Oladipo coming back,
they got T.J. Warren.
you got Warren now.
I actually like that. I like that makes a players.
Yeah,
Starting
I don't
Sabonis
know.
now.
Yeah, Sabonis.
I actually like Sabonis way more than I
That
like
he's gonna
Thaddeus
get
Young.
all the playing time now. You don't have to split it.
Yeah, I actually like him way more than I like Thaddeus Young.
But damn, yeah, Pacers number 3.
That's high.
It is, ain't it?
Generous.
It's very.
No Oladipo until when?
Probably Christmas.
What's he was there last year without OG? Was he was there last year?
They,
4.
It was 4, but he was there for some of it though. But they still held. They held the
Still
fort
been
down.
for a while.
They held the fort down.
Might
2,
be bad.
I'm going Bucks. And number 1, Philly. Whew.
I got that much faith in Philly, huh? No shot then.
Yeah, I said 2 seed.
You get 1 3-pointer, not even gonna win the whole thing, win the whole thing. When the clock going down, he got no, can't pass it, you gotta shoot it.
All right. So did you write yours down?
Both eyes. I can write them all on the same thing.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Will. What you got?
Yeah, stretch, do whatever you gotta do.
You ready?
Oh,
Yeah.
Waiting on you.
He got to put 1.
Oh no, we good. I'm move quick. Go ahead.
All right, so 8. They got the Bulls.
Look, I ain't mad at you.
7. I'm gonna go with the Pistons.
All right.
6. I'm going Miami.
Oh, I know.
5. I'm going.
I know what you about to do. Go ahead.
5. I'm going Indiana.
Yeah, all right. I know what he about to do. I know who's not making the playoffs. Go ahead.
No, I take 5. I'm going Indiana. 4. I'm going Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do this.
I mean, he's sticking to what he said.
3. I'm going Brooklyn.
Somebody ain't making the playoffs.
Hell no. We can cancel Christmas. Okay. Toronto is not getting in the playoffs.
Wow. So the Bulls are gonna make it over the round.
OG and what's his name? Anna Ginobili. How you say his name?
OG and Anobi.
Just call him OG.
OG. Pascal. Pascal is your number 1 option over in Toronto. You cancel Christmas on that, okay?
We're gonna throw Kyle Lowry to the
No, come on, man. Kyle Lowry is look.
And then he just signed an extension.
Come on. And he hurt.
Just 1 year, essentially.
And he hurt.
They got Lowry, Van Fleet,
Kyle Lowry's hurt.
Siakam.
Then 2. I got Milwaukee, and 1 I got the 7.
Oh, you showing brother Benjamin some love.
It ain't cause of Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as you nodded that, that's all I need to hear.
It's not cause of Ben's there.
They bench is so trash.
They love JJ Redick. That's big.
I had to go look at their bench. Their bench is awful.
That's big.
The Raptors lost Kawhi Leonard. That's huge. And Danny
I'm
Green.
not talking about the fact they never
It
made
is
the playoff
big.
fact. You talking
That's
about their
huge.
number 1
It
seed.
is big. It is.
They lost 2 key players. That's huge.
I think they'll still better.
And they replaced them with who? Who did they replace? OG replaced Kyle Lowry.
Well, they'll
I mean,
Kawhi
Kawhi Leonard.
It just opens up more minutes for Van Fleet.
Gasol could finally get some freaking.
Saul gets
touches.
touches. Ibaka will be more involved in the offense.
They at least got a solid front court. They got a solid front court, and I
One of the
mean,
best front courts in basketball. Siakam, Ibaka, and Gasol.
He said, but the Bulls ain't making no damn playoffs.
Yeah,
Oh, man, how y'all got their Bulls win this playoff?
They not better. They better than the Bulls.
Well, it might be. To y'all.
hey, if you go to the sports book right now, and you put money, and you put money that the Bulls will make it over the Raptors,
How much I'm winning?
you gonna win a lot. You say the goddamn Bulls gonna have a better record than the Toronto Raptors.
Okay.
Man.
Sticking with my guns.
Casino Drive.
All right.
Hammond, Indiana is waiting on you. All right, so we got the Eastern Conference. What we got? What comments we got, Boo?
It's Jeremy saying Bulls ain't making no damn playoffs.
Yeah, Bulls not. Yeah, I don't know.
Why not?
That Remy?
And I guess Percy wants to know if Jared had some rock in that water battle when he mentioned your what was your AC?
AC was Miami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Miami gonna make.
Since
make
Remy
playoffs.
is tuned
Miami
in,
gonna make playoffs.
it's good to
Miami
see.
gonna make
It's
playoffs.
good to see Remy's out here in good spirits, man. Because
Yeah,
the
man.
Cowboys suck.
Wow.
Thought you. Dang.
They suck.
Wow.
The Cowboys.
Oh,
The 3-0, the 3-3.
They're 3-3.
I mean, Jeremy said the Sixers are fool's gold. I agree with that. They y'all too high. I like to maybe.
It's all on. Well, for me, it's all on the development of Ben Simmons.
They need more bodies. They don't have a bench.
If Ben Simmons can play like the star player he's supposed to become,
Wow.
then that covers up a lot. That's what star players do. They cover up.
He is a star player.
What I'm saying, if he got to take that next step though,
They lost Jimmy Butler and JJ Redick.
Yeah, they don't have enough shooting, man. They out there.
Ben Simmons is
They
in
start.
right now?
They starting 5 is they. Yeah, he's
All-Star.
All-Star.
He's
Yeah,
All-Star.
yeah, he's
He's
a
All-Star.
star.
he didn't make the All-Star.
You gonna go back to this?
They start. They
I
start.
said superstar.
They
Superstar
start.
is the difference.
They start. They starting 5 is really good, but after that, like
And they're not even starting Horford
it's a big drop
You
off.
don't come off the bench.
coming off the bench.
Who they start shooting guard?
So they got Josh Richardson.
Josh Richardson.
They're gonna start him at the 3.
So they starting Tobias at the 4.
I mean, if they're not starting Horford, yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the Western Conference.
Man,
5.
8 seed. Jesus Christ, this is tough.
now this is tough. Now we're talking about basketball. We were talking. I don't know what we're talking about. This is
Now we
basketball.
talk about
Now we're talking
This is
basketball.
tough. I'm gonna go.
Real basketball over here.
I'm gonna go. San Antonio Spurs is at 8.
See, that's how hard it is.
That's how.
We got the Spurs at the 8th seed.
Yeah, I mean, they was a damn, 7 last year, wasn't they?
That's how hard it
It
is.
works out.
Last year.
Ain't that far off. This shit is tough. No, it ain't. Some of these teams you could take out.
No, you can't.
Man, I'm surprising people. I'm gonna have the Portland Trailblazers as a 7.
Wow.
I'm gonna have Golden State as a 6.
This is good. This is good.
Utah at 5.
Oh, wow.
Cheers.
Denver at 4.
Mm.
The Clippers at 3. The Lakers at 2.
Whoa.
And the Rockets as a 1 seed.
Wow. Think there's enough basketballs for those two?
I think their energy and their ability to play pretty much every single game will win them a lot of games. The only reason, one of the reasons that I would have them over the Clippers and the Lakers are because they're going to rest some of their key guys at certain points in the season. The Rockets ain't doing that.
AD bound.
If Harden playing 80, if Harden can play 82, he gonna play 82. If Westbrook can play 82, he gonna play 82. And if they don't play 82, it's gonna be in the high 70s. Even if they do have a hiccup here or there, they're gonna play mid to high 70s.
But does that mesh? That's my question.
Jeremy
Does
don't like that
mesh?
Rockets pick.
But the Rockets are just a regular season team, though. I mean,
That makes
this
sense.
is what they do. I don't think the Rockets would have been a 2 seed. I think we all can agree. The Rockets would have been a 2 or a 1 seed if they didn't get off to the slow start that they got off of.
Yeah, but
last
I'm just
year.
saying, you don't think they'd get off to a slow start this year?
No, I think West.
Because they upgraded.
Their energy was bad last year. I don't think it was really about them meshing. I mean, they had the same people as they had from the year before. It was just their energy was just off. They just didn't have that build. And Westbrook and Harden have already been working out pretty much all summer together. So that type of camaraderie is going to be there. I felt like, I mean, as much as people tried to say that Harden and CP3 weren't button heads, yes, they were. I mean, I think you're going to be able to tell really early on the season. The Lakers are going to rest guys. LeBron's probably play about 70 to 75 games. AD's probably going to play somewhere between 70, 65, 75 games. And then the Clippers, I mean, hell, Paul George already finna miss some games. They're going to rest Kawhi Leonard. There's probably going to be something similar to what he did last year with Toronto. They may bump it up a little bit. What did he play, like 55 games last year with them? 60 games?
I don't know if they're gonna do that this year. I think they was talking to Kawhi. I don't think they're gonna take that same approach because he was coming off of a big time injury.
He's
He-
some back-to-backs.
Nah, I said hi.
Oh.
I think they'll still be. I think he'll still sit out some games, but I don't think it'll be to the magnitude as he did last year.
Yeah, but that's still going to equate to 60 to 65 games. I mean,
I'll say he plays 70.
and then you got Paul George.
He already missed.
He's already hurt. He's already missed some time. And then they're going to really be cautious with him when he gets back. So he's going to be around that Kawhi Leonard. And I just think in Denver, just not having a go-to wing guy is going to come to haunt them sooner or
You
later.
don't think Michael Porter Jr.?
No.
Jeremy
He said,
got the
no,
Pelicans making the AFC. He said Zion gonna give him to the AFC.
Who?
Jeremy. He said
No. No. Over who?
You talking about
Over
River?
the Spurs?
Yeah, man.
No, man. Come on, man. Pop don't miss the playoffs, man. I mean, who they gonna make it?
Spurs just got DeJounte Murray back too.
They did.
They did. They got better.
They got better.
They got better.
So
They're gonna make the playoffs.
I ain't mad at that. Will.
I wanted to. Not gonna lie to y'all. I wanted to put Golden State a little higher.
That's what I'm
Actually,
saying.
I really wanted to put Golden State a little higher.
See, they defense fell
I
off
really
and they
did.
got Clay.
They really
Right,
did.
yeah.
I've been watching. Obviously, I watched Golden State because they played the Lakers twice. But they've got some guys that are probably gonna be able to fill in, but their defense is just gonna take a. They're even gonna take a hit. And no Clay, no Iggy.
You don't think their offense gonna take a hit?
That offense actually look
They be holding
okay.
fort.
Like
Clay get better.
they really releasing Poole this year who can shoot it. D'Angelo Russell look like he's starting to get a little because he looked real bad the first game. But I just watched the last game versus the Lakers. He looked like he's getting more comfortable. Draymond's gonna be Draymond. They gotta get Willie Cauley-Stein back though.
He's still out.
Yeah, that's
How long is he gonna be out?
They saying early November.
All right.
So they gotta get Willie Cauley-Stein back, and I'll give you a better.
Okay.
You know,
I ain't mad at it.
the rookie for Villanova look good too.
I ain't mad at
They got Pascal.
Oh.
Yeah.
it. All right.
All right, that's it though.
Okay.
Go ahead. What you got, man?
Number 8, Golden State.
Mm.
Okay. Golden State.
I love
One
the
to eight,
eight.
huh?
I just think, I'm just gonna say it's Golden State. Number 7. Number 7, I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna go San Antonio. Number 6, I'm going to go Portland. And I damn near wanted to put Portland below San Antonio.
Mm. Portland went from a 3 seed to a 6 seed.
Yeah, but I think all of these teams are going to win a bunch of games, though. I don't think it's going to be I think 4 through 8.
Yeah, Portland was like a game and a half.
Yeah,
from being
I think
like
it's
a
all going to be
7 seed
close.
last year.
I think a lot of these are going to come down to the last week, last game.
Yeah, like it did last year.
5, Utah. You know what? Nuggets. I'll put the Jazz at 4.
So the Nuggets.
I was high on the Jazz last year.
Nuggets taking a dive this year, then?
Yeah. I'm gonna have the Nuggets I'm gonna have them at 5, Jazz at 4.
They were 1 seed last year, weren't they?
Nuggets
2 seed?
2.
2 seed?
Mm-hmm.
Who was 1 seed? Warriors?
Yep. 3. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the Clippers. 2. Going Rockets. 1. Going Lakers.
Why do you have the Lakers as a 1 seed?
Because they out to prove a lot. They got players, individual players on their team that are ready to prove a lot this year. Anthony Davis, was he worth all of the hoopla and everything about him finally getting to LA? Bron didn't make the playoffs. People are talking about he's the 5th, 6th best player in the league on some of these shows, talking about he's lost a step. Dwight Howard, resurgence. He's been humbled. Now he's got a chance to help a team contend for a championship.
He actually played really well last night.
I just feel like their entire team. You know what I'm saying? And they got championship players on their team. So Danny Green, in addition to Danny Green, still got Rondo, still got JaVale. I think they'll be on 1 seed. I don't think it's gonna be too much. I don't think it's gonna be too much resting. When it comes to, I mean, of course, players are gonna, sit some games, but I don't think we're gonna see I think LeBron plays between 76, 77 games this year.
Say between what?
76, 78 range. I don't think.
Who, LeBron?
Yeah.
That's
So
a
you
lot.
think LeBron? You think LeBron only gonna miss 4 games?
4 games all season?
4 to 5 games.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not happening.
Year 17.
I mean, we just a couple years ago he played all 82, and if you had told somebody that, they would have looked at you like you were crazy.
Yeah, but that was 720. That was 820 days ago.
Hey man, he's had a lot of. he also has had a break.
He's
that
had a lot of rest.
He's had a break that he has never ever had since he was 20.
He's had a lot of rest.
Here's the thing I'll say to that. They have veteran coaches, and they have coaches who have also played basketball at older ages. They're gonna be very cautious about him on a day-to-day basis. Jason Kidd played till he was 40. Hollins has been around this league a long time.
Unless it's an injury, unless he has an injury.
I think they're gonna take that approach this year. They're gonna take the rest approach.
So how many games?
So does he play? So the question
I'm gonna say at least
becomes:
miss 10 games.
the question becomes, does he play fewer games, or does he truly this year play fewer minutes?
I think you're looking at maybe fewer minutes than you are fewer games. Because I think, man,
He'll never be a low minutes guy.
So when I say fewer minutes, I'm saying between that 35 to 38 range of minutes a game.
I mean, I think he played like 36 last year.
So that's what I'm saying. Does he? So instead of him resting, like instead of him missing a game, can he play 36 minutes a game, and they still be a 1 seed?
he played 35 minutes last year.
Can he? So okay.
They need to get it to 33.
Can he?
I mean,
No. I mean, he played 35 with a roster that was nowhere near.
Luke's target number last year was actually 33.
Okay.
And LeBron said that he was crazy.
So
And
so
he was
can
not.
LeBron play between 33 to 35 minutes this year? Only miss 5 games, and the Lakers are 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, if he's only gonna miss 5 games, I just don't think it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
If he's playing 35 minutes a game with this roster, yes. He's already said he's giving the keys to AD. We're going to run the offense through you. He's got other capable guys on his team that he didn't have last year.
Does he trust him? I don't care about the capability.
I mean, yeah, these are guys that have been in situations, though.
Yeah,
Danny
But
Green,
does he trust him?
Veteran guy.
veteran guy.
Yeah.
Danny Green,
It's not like
proven
trusting,
NBA champion.
It's not like trusting Ingram.
Rondo, proven NBA champion. AD is going to be the one he's got to trust. And he's already given him the keys. That's the biggest thing right there. AD. All the role players that they have.
They really need to get LeBron to like. He needs to be like on a Steph Curry like minutes like limit.
I don't think you can do that because even though he's giving the keys to AD, he's too damn good, man. Like you just miss a lot of the stuff he does on the
I
court.
mean, that's like saying the same thing with Curry. But look at Curry's minutes the last. So let's exclude even the years with Durant because I get it. They had Kevin Durant on their team. But before that, he played 33 and 34 minutes before Durant got there. That was on the Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and Harrison Barnes team. They really need to limit his minutes. Like, I know he's probably never going to be a low minutes guy.
I mean, he played 35 minutes in Cleveland.
They need to get it to 33. Those 2 minutes are a lot. Like, when you're talking about 82 games.
164 minutes of rest. Just so you know, just the math.
I mean, that's
Look at
four.
the big brains on Brad over there.
2 hours and 4 minutes.
I mean, but I look okay. So when I look at LeBron, right?
Some of these minutes are ridiculous.
When I look at LeBron,
35, 37, 38, 36, 36, 37, 38, 38, 39. What?
When I look at LeBron, right, we consider, like, people talk about LeBron in GOAT conversations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so instantly I go to Michael Jordan.
Just don't do that.
Okay, I go to Jordan, and I think LeBron's workouts, the way he keeps himself in shape with the technology now, you can argue that like he keeps himself, in
It's just a different game.
But
man.
I
It's a
think
different time period.
and the game was more physical back then.
Yeah,
and Mike
but I think you have to. So the game, I agree with 5. The game is so much different nowadays. Like we probably, even if you look at the 72-10 team with the Bulls, I would be interested to go game by game to see like how many minutes Jordan was truly playing a game, right? Like, cause some teams they blew out. Like there were some bad teams in the league.
That's another reason why I think Curry's minutes were down like that.
They were blowing teams out.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, do the Lakers have enough? Like, if LeBron plays 33 minutes, that means that the Lakers are taking care of teams that they are supposed to take care of, and they're doing it early to where he potentially does not have to play the fourth quarter.
In which they never will.
And I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they have that type of roster to do that. Like, I'm not saying that it's some teams that they'll blow out, yes, but like on a consistent basis, will they be able to blow teams out? No. Like, blow them out to where like they're up 25.
Welcome to LA, where that never will happen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they up 25 going into the fourth, and they could just rest all the starters, and and that lead is protected. I don't think so. Like one of those two. Now the interesting part, I think it can happen, but one of those two, AD or LeBron, has to be on the court at all time. So now it's about staggering those minutes to where you get the most effectiveness out of them, so you're not losing. You're not losing a lead. Because if they're up 25 with 7 minutes left, even that's tough. Especially the way the game is today. Like, people are shooting threes. So a 25-point lead ain't
what it used to be.
Yeah.
She monitor AD minutes. What you call him, Jerry? The glass man? Call him the glass man for a reason.
But I'm saying you could probably do that. You could probably do that by keeping both of them on, like one of them on the court at all time. But to play LeBron 33 minutes, that means he's resting majority of the fourth.
That ain't never been, man.
And that's the majority of the fourth. I mean,
33 minutes is a low amount.
I mean, that's that should be your target number. Just like Luke's wanted that to be the target number. So, but Luke's fault was he didn't know how to stagger the minutes because, well, first of all, they couldn't stay healthy. Then they had suspensions in the early part of the game. So you never got a chance to see what the Lakers look like with Ron resting, Rondo running the show, or LeBron resting, Lonzo running the show. Like, you never got a chance to really fully see that. I think with this roster, Rondo should be coming off the bench, right? You should be taking LeBron out early in the game, or LeBron should be playing the whole entire first quarter and you take Anthony Davis out early, and then he rests the majority of the second quarter. Like, it's got to be some type of stagger.
So
that's how Kurt. I'm sorry, but that's how Kurt does Curry. He plays the entire first.
Right.
He rests 9 minutes in the second, and then he comes back the last 3 or 4 minutes in the second quarter. He finishes out the half, and then they kind of play it by ear the third and fourth quarter.
I just feel like,
because if you saying if 5 is saying 33 minutes, that's 8 minutes. That's a little over 8 minutes a quarter.
That's 9 minutes of rest in the first half, which brings you down to 40, right? And then if you can get them to spare another 3 here, maybe 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, that's an additional, 6?
Mm-hmm.
That gets you to 34. Now you're at 34 minutes. That should be the target.
I mean, the
They
30.
just couldn't do it last year because they were playing from behind a lot of games, trying to catch up. They didn't have a rhythm, so they just never got it. I mean, so I get it. He had to play a lot of minutes. And then with the other teams in the past, they just don't have any other playmakers.
35 minutes is really that's a good number.
I think 33 is a good number, but again, the question becomes, how do you get him to play those 33 minutes? Like,
What?
do you, like Fi said, do you play him the entire first and then he rests majority of the second? Or do you maybe play him?
You lose so much when he's off of the court, though.
You do, and that.
But we're talking about 82 games.
Yeah.
Man. We gotta get 80. We gotta get him through 82 games rested, and he still gotta have something in the tank come
For the
playoffs.
Because, I mean, come playoffs, the minutes are going up.
Oh, yeah, 40. 40,
I
40.
mean, yeah, I mean, he should be playing 38, 40. I mean, but that's what you want. Like, you want him to be able to play those minutes, but actually still feel some type of fresh.
And you want, like, the thing is that you want to be able to consistently do it, even versus the good teams, right? Like, you don't want to feel like, okay, we're playing Houston tonight. LeBron has to play 38 minutes tonight in order for us to win. You still want to be able to be comfortable and say, LeBron can play 33, maybe 35 at the most, and we'll still win this game. Like, if he has to play a heavy load of minutes versus the good teams, that's not a good sign.
And we understand it game by game. If you feel like you need a win and you want to win, like, you boost his minutes up a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe 36, maybe 37, just depending on how heated the game is going. We get it, but to just say, all right, LeBron, we're playing the Rockets tonight. You playing 39 minutes, like, it's just
I think if he can play 35 minutes on that team last year, he can do the same thing this year with
Yeah,
better
but they
talent.
weren't winning games.
No,
last
but
year
listen,
either.
with better talent, with better talent though.
But does better
Because
now
then
let's ask this question.
now when you rest them,
Does talent equal wins?
depending on the chemistry. But so now when you rest him, that's what we got to find out. If you rest him and AD is really holding down the fort,
It should be AD and Rondo in the game.
yeah, and that's happening.
If LeBron is not in the game, it should be AD and Rondo in the game.
And
period.
I mean, you compare that to when he's resting, you got Ingram and Zoe or somebody like that, or even with like Kuz. Like you have, he can rest. If he plays 35 minutes now with this team, that would be great because you got AD, you got Dwight.
Probably have. So
Yeah.
you're probably looking at a team like. So you're probably looking at a second unit of like Rondo, KCP, Kuz, AD, and Dwight.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to hold it down. They should be able to at least hold down the fort for 5, 6,
Minutes?
7 minutes of
And
the
mind you,
second.
he was playing 35 minutes a game last year, and at one point before he got hurt,
There was a
they was a 4 seed.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. AD minutes, man. If he get hurt, then everything y'all saying
So-
goes out the window.
All right, so let's
AD ain't been hurt like that forever.
Let's look at
Like 3
let's-
years.
No,
He
man,
played
he still played 70 plus games.
No, he played 50-some games last year, but it was only because they sat him.
But he's still injury prone.
They rested him.
But when's the last time he's missed an extended amount of time?
2 seasons before that, he played 75 games both years.
That's we got to kill that narrative.
Yeah,
kill
that's
it.
a
Go.
bad
You got your
narrative.
phone. Look it up. Look at the games you can play.
That's a bad narrative. That's a bad
We
narrative.
gonna kill that narrative.
So
too.
let's think about the Cleveland, right? When they had Shump, they had JR, they had Kyrie, they had Kevin Love, they had Tristan Thompson, they had Richard Jefferson. So I'm thinking of the
They
year.
won it all.
No,
the year after that.
They lost in
5.
5.
How many minutes? Did he-
That was the first year they had KD.
He played 38 minutes that year.
Yeah.
They had a lot of talent. And when LeBron subbed out and you had Kyrie and Kevin Love on the court, like, it was a drop.
That team is not. Well, still, if I'm looking just on paper,
They won the finals the year before.
yeah,
They had been to the finals the year before that.
yeah, but
Right.
it's like literally all on like.
And they didn't have a high roster turnover that year. Like, at all.
And they were dealing with injuries though. Outside of the year when they won it all, the year before that, Kyrie and Love hurt in the finals.
Yeah, but I'm just
We're
saying.
talking
I'm
about the regular
saying from the
season.
year,
Talking about the
but
regular
even the regular season. But I'm just talking about the year from when they won
Yeah.
to the next year. They didn't have much roster turnover, if at all. And he still had to play 38
They
minutes.
bench wasn't good though.
What was the difference between they bench that year and all they
I
did
mean,
was got a year older?
Either way you look at it, even with the year they won, their bench was not that good.
But all they did was got a year older. That's what I'm saying. Like, so the year that they won the championship, how many minutes was he playing the game?
36, 37.
That's like, look at the amount of talent that he had on that team.
But you gotta look
And
at
look at the amount of minutes he had to play. Now look at the talent that he has on this team. And they have veteran presence. They have people that have been in the finals. They have people that have won in the finals. They have arguably a top 5 player in the league when healthy in AD, right? They have very complimentary role players. And all of the people that we just named. And we have yet to name Avery Bradley, right?
Yeah.
We've yet to name him.
He's probably going to start, actually.
He probably is going to, but at the end of the day, it goes back to what Five said. When Bron comes off the court, and you even said this, when Bron comes off the court, there cannot be a drop in production. Like, that second unit is going to have to be able to keep everything afloat for about 6 to 8 minutes. If they can't do that, he's going to have to play more than 35 minutes, which means he's not going to be able to only miss 5 games. That's bad.
Well, I mean, you just got to look at it. I mean, their second unit could arguably be a starting lineup.
Yeah, but is it a good start?
Yeah, I mean, you got Rondo. I mean, for what it's worth, KCP.
KCP's been a starter in the NBA.
You got Kuzma. Who else is on their second unit? You got
Right.
Dwight, JaVale, depending on which one they start,
Yeah.
matchup wise.
Probably have the right.
And I mean, hell,
They're probably gonna run AD with the second unit.
Hey, and run AD with the
AD's
second
probably
unit.
gonna run with AD with the second unit.
It showed Rondo and AD was making playoffs together. So I mean, you look at that compared to a Cleveland second unit. You take him out.
Of a Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving.
Take Kyrie. Kyrie wasn't. Well, you could put Kyrie.
Yeah, they used to run Kyrie with the second.
Put Kyrie,
unit.
and then who else you got?
They used to have Kyrie, Iman, Korver, Richard Jefferson.
Come on. Richard Jefferson is
Shannon Fry.
And Love.
nah,
They
man.
they ran Love with the second unit a little bit too.
And they had to bring Bron in quick.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't have to do that with this team.
Why not?
At least I don't think you're gonna have to.
I mean, the only
team,
difference.
no,
The only
defensively,
difference. Yes, that's all I was gonna say.
huge.
Yes, that's the only
Huge.
That's the only difference. Offensively,
AD's impact on the game, I would take over Kyrie.
I think the difference is Rondo. Rondo's gonna help take some pressure off of AD. He'll
Right.
help take some pressure off of KCP. He'll get KCP shots. He'll get cool shots.
He's gonna get everybody shots.
He'll get Dwight some
Yeah,
layups.
like Kyrie wasn't that type of guard.
Yeah, I think that was always the issue. With
And
Cavs
I think the
team.
coaching is gonna be better. Tyronn Lue was not a good coach. You essentially have 3 head coaches on this staff.
I get all of the X factors. I'm just looking at the roster
And how do we get his minutes down?
and how do you get how do you get LeBron's minutes down to what Five is saying he needs to play, which is 33 minutes. How do you get his minutes down?
I don't think we're gonna see 30. I think we're gonna see 35 again.
And don't lose.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
I don't like that.
Year 17,
That's 13 minutes.
Year 17, LeBron's playing 35
That's 7 minutes each. That's
Don't like
6,
that.
7 minutes each half.
I don't like
I
that.
don't like, and you're saying he's only going to miss 5 games? I do not like that. That means, and that's on an average. That's 35 minutes on average.
35 minutes and only miss 5 games. I don't like that. at
And
all.
then, so that means the games that where they play top talent, LeBron is playing more than 35 minutes. That's not a good sign. Like they need to be able to beat the Clippers, the Rockets, the Jazz, the Nuggets. They need to be the Trailblazers. They need to be able to beat those 5 teams with LeBron playing at least 35 minutes. At the least 35 minutes. If LeBron has to play more than 35 minutes for them to win those games, I don't think that's a good sign. That means this Lakers team isn't as good as we thought they would be.
I agree. I agree with that. And this is only to your point that they're going to be a 1 seed too.
Right.
I'm only talking to your point of them being a 1 seed, LeBron playing a lot of games, and them also correlating them with winning a lot of games.
On paper, with their roster, they shouldn't have to. That's on paper. Actually, on paper, they shouldn't. LeBron shouldn't have to play 33 minutes a game. With this roster, on paper at least. But that's his game.
The starting lineup that they threw out there the first night of preseason, I think is going to be their starting lineup.
What superstar players aren't playing these type of minutes though? Like 35. Like
Steph.
I mean, but that he had a luxury that a lot of people don't have.
But he's been had the luxury when Klay Thompson was the second best player on the floor.
But at the same time, Steph don't bring to the table what LeBron brings to the table.
That
I don't
that's
know if-
that's
I don't know.
but
I
that
don't know.
like that
I don't know if I would agree with that.
So here's what I would say. Even if you make that argument, that makes Steph look that much more better. That he could play less minutes than LeBron and his team could still win equal to, if not more games than a LeBron-led team. Because if you have that big of an impact on your team that you have to play a boatload of minutes, then that means you're doing too much.
If you're telling me Steph, with his second best player being Klay Thompson, can play 33 minutes and win 60 plus games,
And LeBron being the best player in the world
has to play 35 minutes, 36 minutes, has Anthony Davis as his second best player, and he's gonna probably struggle to win 60 games. That's a big difference.
That is a huge difference.
That's a big difference. I understand they got Iguodala, they got Sean Livingston. I get it, but at the same time, like if Klay Thompson can hold the fort down while Steph Curry is out, Anthony Davis damn sure better be able to hold the fort down.
And that goes with chemistry. That's why chemistry just supports talent. Clay.
And let's not forget, man.
They got great coaching.
Steph
They got great coaching.
Steph had some bad ankles at one point. Alright, so he ain't.
early in his. That was early in his career too, though.
And then you look, the year that they won the championship, he played, to your point, he played the 32.7 minutes, right?
He played under 33.
I mean,
minutes.
after that, the next year, his minutes went up. Then
To what?
To
To what?
34.
Come on, man.
Then the year, wait. Then after that, they get KD. So if you look even before that, 38,
That was
36.
with Mark Jackson. That was their problem. That's why when they got to the playoffs, they never were fresh, and they couldn't win playoff games.
So again, that proves Five's point. Like the 2 years, you say he played 36 minutes one year, and then the next year he played what? 38. And then so he went from playing 36 minutes to the next year 2 minutes more, 38. And then a year after playing 38 minutes, he dropped down to 32 minutes.
and wins the MVP on top of that.
32 minutes.
And
And
we
then the
did.
year after that, he
Man.
only goes up 2 minutes to 34.
And they win 73.
And they win
They
73
win
games.
73 games, and he wins the MVP again.
Like that's what like
I mean, but look at it.
And he leads the league in scoring.
But 3-point,
And
he's
34 minutes.
he's transcended the game from the 3-point line.
Which
Which also
get it.
helps.
We get it. We understand.
But look at his playoff. He don't even play a lot of minutes in the playoffs like that.
and that's
the
the
good
point.
thing.
No, but
That's
what I'm
he's
saying is
saying.
every. But you can't ask like Kobe was not going to play more minutes in the playoffs. LeBron James is not going to play more minutes in the playoffs.
But Ray, I think you're missing the point in what Five is trying to say. What Five is trying to say, you're saying the Lakers are going to be a 1 seed, and LeBron James is only going to miss 4 to 5 games. And what I asked was, does LeBron play less minutes for him to only miss 4 to 5 games? Or does he play the same amount of minutes he played last year? Or does he have to play more minutes and still only miss 4 to 5 games for them to be a 1 seed? We're not even factoring in the playoffs because we all agree LeBron is going to probably play more minutes in the playoffs. But it's about he's in year 17. You have to find a way to rest him so he can have a full tank of gas when the playoffs come, when you may need him to play more than, to Five's point, 33 minutes a game. But again, like Five said, in the playoffs, you don't want him to go from 33 to now 40. You want him to be able to go maybe from 33 to maybe 36 or 33 to 38. So he's only picking up about 3 to 5 more minutes a game, and the Lakers are still able to win. Like Curry was able to go from playing 38 minutes to 34 minutes. And in that playoff, he probably still played the same number of minutes, and they won the championship. The next year, he goes up 2 minutes, which means he goes from 32 to 34, right? They win 73 games. Gets in the playoffs, he probably plays 34 minutes, and they lose.
And he looked bad. And he looked bad in that finals. He looked bad. Just off of 2 more minutes of games. And then obviously they won a lot of games too. So
He was
all,
resting.
Yeah, they played all the way. They played all the way up to the end because they wanted to break the record.
Right.
Even though they
He
probably
played
should've
all
been-
82.
Yeah, they probably should have been resting guys. At the last 4 games of the season. But yeah, that takes a toll on you, man. That takes a toll on you. And you could tell, like he had a bad finals. You could tell.
Especially when you get
He
to
didn't have it all.
when you get to the finals, like minutes is out the window. Like this is it.
Yep.
We'll see, man. I just don't think he can. A player of his magnitude, I don't think. Even when Steph, like if he can play some of those seasons, Steph could play 34 minutes. Like, man, 34 close to 35. He still played 78, 79 games. Like he wasn't missing games. Like LeBron James has had the most reps he's had since 20.
Well, we also talking about Steph in his 7th year, and then we're talking about LeBron in his 17th year.
Well, I will say this. Until outside of last year when he had the groin, I've never seen LeBron hurt.
Yeah, but
So until
Father Time is what?
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
I mean,
It's undefeated.
How many more times do we have to go through this?
Undefeated.
I'm not saying it's
How
not
many times do we have to
undefeated,
go through this?
but I don't know if it's hit him as hard or if it's. I think he a couple more years before we start talking 32, 33 minutes. I'll say that much.
It needs to start happening.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'm in agreement with Dougie. I got the Warriors at 8.
8?
Yes.
Man, they don't
So, okay, so how many games do y'all think they're going to win?
Oh, wow.
47.
I'm
47 range.
I'm going to
between
say
47, 40.
I'm going to say
I'll
48.
say 47.
I'm going to say 48 games.
Oh, Klay Thompson's coming back.
48 games. Klay Thompson ain't coming back till after the All-Star game.
Yeah, it'll be around February.
He's still over there. I'm not saying they're gonna be high. I'm just saying the age list, like the lowest of the low. It's like, man,
I'm cool with 47, 48. Go ahead.
keep going, no sir, keep going. It's your list, sir. It's your list. I apologize. It's your list.
I just wanted to know how many games.
San Antonio, that's 7. I am going Denver at 6.
Niggas not messing with these Nuggets.
I am going. I'm going Houston.
Ooh!
Yes.
There we go.
You just trying to piss people off, man.
There we go.
I'm going Houston at 5.
There we go. I drink to that. Cheers.
I am going, and this is completely solely based on health, right? I am going. So I had Houston at 5, right?
Yeah.
I have Portland at 4.
Okay.
I have the Lakers at 3. I got the Jazz at 2.
All right.
And I got the Clippers as a 1 seed.
Okay.
What's your justification for the Clippers at a 1 seed?
Say justified.
I like the way. So I'm a fan of. I used to think that Doc Rivers could only coach when he had superstar players, but last year his coaching, to me, like he was able to show how good of a coach he truly was. Because I mean, they traded everybody and everybody wrote them off that they wouldn't make the playoffs. So the fact that they were able to become an 8th seed with the talent that they did have speaks volumes to Doc. And also, Doc is a defensive first guy, and I think the lineup, like the team that they have, they'll be good defensively. And I think Lou Will is still dangerous off the bench. Like, he can get hot at any point in time. And I think they'll win. Like, a lot of the games that some of those teams will lose because of maybe coaching or lack of chemistry or like just their defensive abilities, the Clippers will win those games because their staple is going to be defense. It's always been defense. And so I just feel like Doc is going to be able, I don't think they're going to get to the finals. Like, I think they'll be upset. I'm going to say that. But I think they'll be a 1 seed just because of that.
Okay.
And Utah, the reason I have Utah number 2 is I think they upgraded their roster in many ways.
Who's their point guard now?
Mike Conley.
That's a big
And that's why I say this is completely, if Mike Conley can stay healthy, they'll be dangerous.
That's very good. They're gonna be really good.
They're going to be dangerous. If Mike Conley can stay healthy, they're going to be dangerous.
He's gonna take some of the pressure off Mitchell,
Yes.
and Mitchell hasn't had that since he's been in the league.
And even Bogdanovich.
Yep, they got Bogdanovich off the
His
bench.
ability to be able to hit threes,
If Ingles is not on his A game, they can just go right to Bogdanovich.
instantly go. And Bogdanovich might start.
And I actually think they got better by subtraction by getting rid of Favors. Actually,
Who is their power forward now?
they got
Crowder's not with him no more.
They might start Bogdanovich at the 4. To be honest with you, but if they need to go big, they'll just put Ed Davis at the 4 probably. If they play a team like the Lakers, who's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
I think that's going to be the Clippers' downfall. Like, they just don't have any bigs. Like, when you're rolling out Zubik and Harrell out there on a nightly basis, and teams are starting to, like, be big now, I think they'll lose some games that way. But, I mean, you brought up a good point. Teams, there's going to be some games where the Clippers, where Kawhi doesn't have it, and even without Paul George, like, Lou will still be able to win them games.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that.
And they'll
their bench is always gonna be better than your bench.
Yeah.
Because they just got Lou Will.
That's all they need.
He's a starter.
Your bench.
He's a starter.
Lou Will.
I mean, he's a starter in the league. I mean, he shouldn't even be on the bench. And he still got Harold too.
And they
Harold's
just
their best big,
they just gon' like their staple is going to be defense. They gonna get up in you. They gonna get up under you. They gonna bother you. Like they point guard sets the tone with that just like annoyance on the defensive end, and that's gonna get to a lot of teams. And the bad, like that's another thing. The bad teams, like I think they're not gonna let those bad teams hang around. Where the Lakers want to get to that point. Like they're calling, they want to make defense their calling card, but we don't know.
I got a hot take.
Bad teams will
hot take.
always be competitive with the Lakers. This is how we do things in Hollywood.
I got a hot take.
What's your hot take?
I know a lot of the talk has been about the Clippers defense, but I think by the time the year ends, it is going to be overrated. I ain't saying by a lot, I ain't saying about, but I think their defense will be overrated.
So will they be so?
I think their defense is going to be good.
Are they going to be a top 10 defensive team?
Yeah, they'll be a top 10, but I don't think it's going to be as high as everybody else thinks. I think people are considering them like they just going to be shutting people down. Like I don't think that's the type of NBA we in, man. Like the game is made for the offensive player.
I think they'll be the
Their perimeter defense will be great. They will be great defensively on the perimeter.
I'm gonna just say that I think
one through three,
they're gonna be great.
they're gonna be 1 through 3. Like they're dude. This when you got Pat Bev, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard 1 through 3. Like that's that's scary.
I know. I hear.
Your
I'm not.
mismatch is going to be 4 and 5. Right? Like that has to be your mismatch.
They're gonna get pounded on the glass every night. They're gonna give up a ton of offensive rebounds. Like that's gonna be where they kind of fall off. If you want to call that defensively, that's when they're gonna fall off.
Like they'll get the stop, but will they get the rebound after getting the stop?
Yeah, that's gonna be their
like that's your question.
That's if they don't get the steal.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got to think. So are they gonna finish the play defensively?
Yeah,
like they'll get the stop. But are they gonna get the rebound?
And we're talking about Paul George with bad shoulders, so he's not gonna be crashing the glass like that. I mean,
Kawhi is not a high rebound guy.
Yeah, that's my hot take, man.
That's their perimeter defense is going to be really good. They're gonna really be good.
Gonna be scary.
They're gonna really good. But my thing is, can Pat Bev also score the basketball? A lot of people forget he only averaged 5 points a game last year. Like, let's not act like he was a high point guy. He lost his starting job last year to Shea because he could not score the basketball. Like that's the reason why he did not start last year and lost his job. So he's gonna have to score the basketball to stay on the floor. Otherwise, they're gonna have to go to Lou Will, and then you lose some defense when you have Lou Will.
Because I mean, don't get me wrong. Like y'all said, perimeter defense is gonna be on point. But I look at the way the NBA is, man. Like. It's just not.
I mean, look at the Raptors. I mean, the Raptors were in the playoffs were really good defensively on the perimeter with Lowry, Van Fleet, and Leonard. And then they had Lent on the inside with Ibaka and Siakam and Gasol. But they were really good defensively.
And that's what made the Raptors dangerous because they were able to switch everything. They felt comfortable switching everything.
I mean, look, they did a real good job on Giannis.
Yeah.
They did a real good job on Simmons.
Yeah.
They did a real good job on Curry. Besides
they did a good job on Embiid.
Besides the 2 games Curry went off on them. They did a real good job on Embiid. They were really good defensively last year. That's really where we really don't talk about them, to be honest with you.
I like it.
All right, so
Did anybody have any teams? Did we have all 3?
we all have the same teams.
I know we all had the same team, but do we have a team in the same position?
So for the Eastern
All
Conference,
3 of us?
Yeah, all 3 of us.
all 3 of us.
No.
Where we have Boston?
Yeah, all over the place.
You had them 5th. I had them 6th.
No.
Hey, we'll have them fourth.
Bulls in lineups and
So
stuff.
we got them in order.
Y'all.
Fourth, fifth,
What
sixth.
about the Spurs? The Spurs.
Everybody had the Spurs at 7.
Nah,
No, you had 8.
You had them
I
at
had them at
8.
You had them at 8. The West, no. We ain't agree on the West at all.
No,
Got your own little thing going on.
no.
At least we all had the same teams though.
All right.
I thought one of y'all was gonna say the Knicks though. I ain't gonna
The
lie.
Knicks?
I thought one of y'all was
The
gonna
hell?
Knicks?
I thought one of y'all was gonna say the Knicks.
The Knicks.
I
You
thought
high?
one of y'all was gonna say the Knicks.
The Knicks.
Are you
One of y'all
high?
was gonna say the Knicks.
The Knicks.
I really did.
I'm like person. You got what you got in there?
I think the Knicks are gonna win more games than the Bulls.
Ain't nobody care.
Now that's funny.
I think the Knicks gonna win more games than the Bulls.
Now that's funny. I will not go there for the Bulls win more games than the Knicks just because.
Hot take.
Have you seen RJ Barrett play a game of basketball?
Man, I looked at their roster, and their roster actually not that bad.
I just want to know. Have you seen RJ?
This got nothing to do with RJ.
Ain't nobody care.
RJ just had
Nobody.
some Beyonce.
Might not be that bad.
That's
but it's bad.
what gonna happen when the Knicks play the Bulls. Ain't nobody care. So that's your hot take. Knicks go.
Spike gonna kill. Spike gonna be at the game.
Spike had the game. If they, never mind. Shout out Spike Lee.
Hey, this is gonna be a quick game. Over or under. Via team, tell you how many games they're projected to win in Vegas. Over under. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Atlanta Hawks, 34.5.
Under.
Under.
I'm going under. Boston Celtics, 50.
Under.
The under.
I'm going under. Brooklyn, 42.5.
Over.
Over.
Over. I'm going over. Charlotte, 22.5.
Under.
Under.
Y'all bogus for that.
Under.
Gee, who do they even have on their team?
And just to be petty, I'm gonna say they're gonna win 21, so I'm taking the under. Bulls, 34.5.
Over.
Like,
Under.
I'm going over.
Over.
Cleveland, 24.5.
Under.
Under.
I think under. They suck. They suck. Dallas, 41.5.
over.
Under.
Over.
Mm.
Oh, they just win 42.
Oh, I'm gonna say under. Not by much though. Denver, 53.
You said under?
Yeah, I said under.
Okay.
Denver, 53.
I got him as a.
Or if you like where they're at, just say you like it. Like,
You said
Like,
how many games?
53.
I like where they at. No, I go over that.
Under.
I gotta go under. I got him
I'm
as a
gonna
60.
go right under. They probably going like 50 on the dot.
Yeah, I'm going under.
Go under.
They ran 60 games last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
No way they won 60
No.
games.
8? It was like 50. Wait, Golden State was the 1 seed. Golden State had like 57 wins or something like that. So they was right around behind them, maybe like 55.
55?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Let
going
me see.
under.
Hold on.
I'm going under. I think they'll drop off a little bit this year. Teams won't sneak up on teams anymore.
I want to change the year.
That was. You looking it up?
Yeah.
So Denver's not just good enough to win games, even if you see them coming.
They won 54 games.
Okay.
54. Yeah.
Under.
How many they have right now?
They got me 53?
Under.
Yeah, give me the under.
All right, I'm with y'all.
They won't sneak up on teams anymore.
Under. So, Detroit Pistons, 38.5.
Over.
Over.
I'm going to say over. Golden State, 49.
Push.
Over. What the fuck is this?
49?
Yeah.
Push. I got him as an 8 seed.
Yeah, you do. I got over. They'll win at least 50.
Yeah, I'm going to push. I'm going to have to say push. I'm saying Denver winning 52, 51.
I'm going under.
49 isn't bad in the West.
I'm going under.
But yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, they got
What was
the
the
Clippers to the
8 seed
playoffs
last year?
They got the Clippers to the playoffs. They won 48 games.
The 8 seed last year was 48 and 34.
What's AC in the
The
East?
Clippers.
I'm saying, what's AC?
Oh, the 8 seed in the East was probably like 40 games.
Yeah, the 8 seed in the East was 41 and 41.
Come on, cut it
Oh
out,
man,
man.
the rest of
I say it's bad because I got more than the 8 seed. That's what I'm saying.
What you got the clip? What you got the word?
At least a 6th or 5th. At least
Walk
5
out
or
the door.
6.
Just open the door, walk out. Just open the door,
From the
walk
person that
out.
said the Bulls.
Just
was gonna
open the
make
door
8
and
seed.
walk out.
I gotta walk out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you got more faith in the Bulls, even though they're in the East. over the Warriors. Period.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Gee, the Bulls only have to win 41 games.
49 games get you a 6 seed. I mean, they got the Thunder 6 seed last year.
I'm just saying though.
The Bulls, think about this. The Bulls,
49
how many
games.
games the Bulls win last year?
If they only have to do
22.
How many do it this? How can do that?
All they got to do is win 20 more games.
I know all they have to do, but can they do it?
20 more games, a lot of games.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is the Warriors got to win 49 games. Like, it's easier to make the playoffs in the East than it is in the West.
It's really only a
obvious.
9-win.
that's
It's only really a
definitely
9-win drop off, really.
So I was gonna say they won 57 games last year,
Like, it's not bad. And they going to miss
and
Clay.
they lost.
Majority of the
Clay's
season.
not there. KD's not there.
Neither is Iguodala, neither is Livingston.
That's legit to say that they will fall off
I got a lot
8
of things
games.
to say.
Eight
I got a lot
games,
to say. I got a lot of things to
Hey,
say.
that's a legit to say that they will
They're
fall off
gonna
8
lose.
games.
They're
games
gonna
not
lose
that-
8 games.
Yeah, 8 games not that much.
They gonna lose 8
And
games.
Clay is not
Yeah,
there.
they're
With no
52,
KD,
53
no
games.
KD is just that's the thing.
Say it again, boo.
It's got to win at least 52, 53 games. That's still a drop off.
You go. How many?
They won 57 with KD.
You go to Vegas and bet that, okay?
You gonna lose
What'd you say?
all
They
your
don't
Why
want
money.
the Bulls make playoffs?
You gonna lose all your
I might
money.
go bet it, but they got the Warriors at 49, and you talking about they gonna
You gonna
win
lose
52?
all your money.
It's 3 more games.
Boy, you done lost your
So
mind.
they better without KD
Huh?
And Clay?
No, they not bad.
and Clay.
He didn't say they were
Can't coming back though.
No,
He after
he's
an
saying
All-Star
they gonna
break,
win
man.
50.
They can
So what if
hold
they?
on-
So
can
what if
hold
they're
down the
8
court.
seed? What if they
They can
3
hold-
games over 500 when he comes back? He's not just gonna like think. They missing a lot. No Iggy no more.
No Livingston.
No Livingston.
I honestly think he's coming back before February, to be honest.
still think they're going
I
to
think he'll be
50
back by
games.
January.
I still think they win 50 games. I still think they win 50 games.
And they are going to be atrocious defense.
Okay, let's.
That's
Houston Rockets 54.5.
Oh, right.
Over.
You gonna say over?
I gotta go under.
They won 53 last year. I'm going over.
I'm going. I have to go under.
Gerald Green is out for the season too. I saw that earlier.
Who?
Gerald Green is out for the season.
Oh, under.
They won 53 games last year. I'm gonna go over. Westbrook is
They gonna
better
have-
than Chris Paul.
And
I'm
they're
sorry.
gonna have Rivers for a whole year, and I know it's Austin Rivers,
Like,
but
they, I know we talk about it, but they literally
they're out for a
upgraded.
whole year.
They upgraded.
Austin Rivers is a solid backup.
Indiana
I
Pacers.
can't say that.
Wow.
Indiana Pacers at what? At what?
Rivers is serviceable. He's become serviceable. 47 Pacers.
Push.
Over.
Well, you gotta say over.
They won 48 last year.
Yeah, I'm going over.
Well, they won 50 games this year.
Push. No Oladipo for too long.
When is he coming back, man?
Clippers 53.5.
What won the West last year?
57.
58. Over.
No.
50 what?
57. Warriors have 57.
No, I'm not talking about what's the Clippers.
Oh,
53.5.
53.5.
Under.
Woo!
So what you think gonna win the West? Who you got winning the West? The
Rockets.
Rockets.
I got the Rockets won the West. They won 60 games.
Okay.
So,
Woo!
Where you got the Clippers at?
I got the
That's
third.
a 3 seed.
I got the third. All right. I think 53 is a good.
Under?
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna say
said
like 52.
under?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 52.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 52, 51. Yeah, I took the under. Not over.
I said under. I said wait. The Clippers? No.
Yeah,
the
you
Clippers.
got the over. You got the over on the
My bad.
I'm
My
about to be
bad.
saying 70.
you gotta make
Damn. All right, I'm gonna take the under. Not by much though. I'm gonna take the under. Los Angeles Lakers 51.
50 over.
Ooh, over.
Los Angeles Lakers win 60 games this year.
Oh, wow.
They won't
You
win.
going to bet that?
Yeah, you real high with that
They're
one.
gonna win 60
Nah.
games. And the reason I think they're gonna win 60 games this year, I think they're gonna get off to a great start.
Okay.
Unlike they did last year.
I can put them around like 55.
Look up, see the Lakers at 13-2.
Mm.
Something like that. Their schedule's much sweeter than it was last year too to start off the season. Much sweeter.
Okay.
John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. 27.
Under.
Under.
Yeah, I'm gonna take under on that. Miami Heat 44.5.
Push.
44 and a half?
44 and a half.
Half. I gotta take it, right? I take the over and under, right?
Give me the over by half. 45.
Give me the under.
Give me the under by half. At 44.
Give me the under.
I'm just being petty.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
petty.
sometimes
That's
you gotta
petty.
do what you gotta do.
That is under by half.
Give me the under.
I mean, it's the under.
Milwaukee Bucks, 57 and a half.
Over.
Under. No, push. Wait, no. I can't. I mean, they can't win a half a game. I mean, I guess you gotta give me the under by half, 57.
I'm gonna go under. I think they went between 54 and 55.
I'm gonna go over.
Let me just get the. I just need the under.
59 again.
It's 58, 59 again.
Give me the over. They won 60
Well, you
last
got
year.
them as a one seed, so you gotta go.
Yeah, they won 60 last year.
Alright.
They won 60 again.
This next team, Jesus Christ.
Minnesota,
The under.
35.
I don't even care what you say. Under.
Definitely give me the under.
You ain't got no faith in Wiggins.
They
What?
They got Andrew Wiggins on their team.
What?
You only got faith.
They got Andrew Wiggins on their
You
team.
only got faith in Anthony Towns and Wiggins.
Who? Wiggins? He's still in the NBA?
They don't have superstar power. They coach young.
Bro, give me the under.
Yeah, give me the under.
The under.
They need to be tanking.
Under.
They need to be tanking.
They are tanking.
Under.
They just don't know
They
it
need
yet.
to tank.
Pelicans, 38 and a half.
Over. I'm just playing. I don't know.
Give me the over.
Yeah, I'm with the over.
With the over.
I'm with the over. 30, yeah, I'm with the over.
Like 40 and just miss it. Just miss the playoffs.
Give me under.
What?
36,
Ooh.
36, 37. 36, 37.
Well, what's in your glass, brother?
Who have they proven anything to?
That shit look really good in preseason. I don't know if you watch them in the
Bro,
preseason.
they gonna have a nice. They gonna have a nice.
I never said 36, 37 games. If my 8 seed is goddamn
Golden State at 40.
At
48.
47, I think 47 games, 47,
Yeah.
48 games, like
So
Yeah,
you
they
think
sure
the
it's a
Pelicans be a
10
9
you-
seed and be a 10-game drop off?
Yeah, come on, that's a lot, Ray. Yeah, let's be realistic.
who else was on? I think the Kings will be better than the Pelicans.
Whoa,
I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I'm okay with that. The Kings been showing improvement every single year. They got Luke at the helm now, so
And Alvin
be
Gentry,
a little worried.
Alvin Gentry is their coach, so that
And not having Willie Cauley-Stein is
they
going
center now.
He had probably Bagley or Giles.
Yeah, they might be running Bagley at the 5 now.
Be respectful.
They might be running Bagley at the 5 now.
Be respectful.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
double,
not with that at all.
All right, so yeah, I still got the
Too
under.
long though.
I got the under.
The under for who?
The Pelicans.
Give me the over. I think they won 40 games.
You
They
can
look
get-
really good in the preseason.
You can give me the.
Never forget the Bulls went undefeated one preseason.
Oh my
And they have, but the thing also is with Gentry system, they actually kind of have the perfect players to run it. Like Zion wants to play in the open court. Lonzo wants to play in the open court.
They got
Their downfall is going to be how do they get Favors involved in the game. Because if they just run up and down, his big slow butt ain't going to make it.
I think they downfall is gonna be shooting. Like, do they have enough shooting?
And Ingram. Ingram just continues to be Ingram.
He is who he is.
He's not gonna space the floor. He's only out there to get his own shot.
He is who he is, and he is from that school in Durham. And so is the next guy on the New York Knicks, Barrett. He's from that school in Durham.
Yeah, but I don't think
28 games for the Knicks.
over. Taking the over. And the only reason I'm taking the over is because their front court is going to still be good. Like, their front court is going to be good. Like, you're talking about Robinson, Taj, Portis, Julian Randle,
Got too many
Morris.
guys in the front court.
And they do have to, but they got enough, though. Like, they got enough on a nightly basis where it's continue to be good. The battle is going to be, what do they do with their young guys? Like, right, they drafted Barrett, they've drafted Knox. But if the vets are playing and winning games, like, it's going to be a seesaw battle to where are you actually developing your young guys, or are you trying to win basketball games?
They got one of the Morrises out there bopping people.
But he's actually played well in preseason. If you watch the preseason, he's actually played really well. He's playing the 3 too. They got him at the small forward now. He's not playing the 4.
Yeah.
To make room for Julius Randle, to make room for Portis.
Yeah,
The guard spot is gonna be where you kind of side eye him. is the answer? Are you gonna develop Porter? Are you gonna develop Barrett at the 2? So, all right, but I take the over on the Knicks.
I'm gonna take the over by a game. 29.
Okay.
I think they win almost 35 games.
Who's their coach again?
They can
We
make
don't know.
Fisdale?
Fisdale.
Definitely 29. Oklahoma City Thunder. 31.
Under. Whatever
31
number they
and a
got
half.
under. Whatever number they got under. Whatever number they got under.
I'll go under.
I don't care if they had 20 on there.
I'm going under, and
Under.
definitely because Chris Paul won't be there before he.
And Adams neither. They
Oh,
already
yeah.
trying to trade Adams too.
Yeah.
Like, no, yeah.
They
take
won't
the
win.
under.
They won't win 22
Dude, I will go to
games.
Vegas right now and put 500 on that.
No.
I will take the under. I will
Yeah,
put all
absolutely.
my money on that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
31 and a half.
They gonna trade all their players. They could be out there with Roberson, Schroeder,
Ugh.
Noel. They
Yikes.
trying to trade Noel too.
Whoa. Under.
Magic, 42 and a half.
Oh. Under. Under.
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to take the under because you know what? I'm gonna take a push. I'm gonna say Miami
They
will
can't
beat
win a half a game.
Miami. Oh, okay.
They won 42 last year.
Under.
You can't win half a game. I mean,
I'll take the under. It was 43 and a half.
42 and a half. So do you have them winning 43 or do you got them winning 42?
I think they just gonna miss it though.
Okay,
and I got Miami winning 44 games. And I got them being my 8th seed.
So you can go over and still be an 8th seed. You legit could go over and still be 8th seed. You can go under and still be 8th seed.
Facts.
I'm gonna go
East,
under.
you got options.
I'm gonna go under. Go under.
I'm going under. I think they're going to win like 39-40.
I went under.
All right. Philly, 55.
Over.
55 even.
55 even.
Push.
Oh. Okay. Push it.
I'm going to go over.
You got to. You got to.
You got to.
Man, I'm going to go over.
They're gonna be out there shooting number 2s. You gonna be upset.
Mid-range, 16
If
foot
B
jumpers.
gonna lead the team in 3-point shooting, you gonna be upset.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you better drink to that. Yeah, you better drink to that.
I don't know, man. They're going to be all right, man.
Literally, Harrison and B probably gonna have the most threes on the team.
Richardson?
That's terrible.
Richardson really don't shoot threes like that.
He about to.
He gonna have to.
3-point shooter.
It's gonna be the only shot on the floor available. There's gonna be players on the other
Yeah,
spots.
no 3-point shooting. Get on
Go ahead.
Phoenix Suns, 29 and a half.
Booker don't like getting double teamed, so I'm gonna take under.
You said 29 what?
29 and a half.
Give me the over.
Another tank job.
Give me the over.
Another tank.
They're going to win about 33 games.
They tanking for a small forward this year.
Oh, man, you know what?
Under the
They
Rubio?
They tanking for LaMelo.
Rubio, they
You
got
ain't no
Rubio.
small four.
They might have to play him.
I'm going under, man. Phoenix, they just don't know what the hell they doing, man.
What's that, 30?
29 and a half.
Oh, dang, you said under?
Under, man.
Listen,
They
man,
just-
just double team.
And out of these, and going under, you know what's gonna happen?
Man.
They gonna win they gonna win a nice chunk of their games in March and April, in March.
They go over.
When Booker gunning for 40 and 50,
Okay,
the last month of the year.
that's what's gonna happen. All right, so we got Portland 47.
No disrespect to them, but 47,
Yeah.
under.
No, you got to go to over.
Why?
You got them higher than.
I had them higher than the Warriors.
Nah, you got them in the 7th seed.
Yeah, I had them lower. Yeah. I'm gonna go under.
But your 8th seed is the Spurs. And the Spurs.
Who I got the Spurs at what?
Oh, we haven't
gotten to them yet.
We haven't got
yeah.
to
What's
Yeah,
the number?
so you
Ah,
got
Johnny!
you gotta think about it. You got to think about this.
Well, I could say both unders. Actually.
You could.
But
the Spurs, they
push.
wait. What's their thing? 40 what?
47.
Even?
What they won last
Well, I'm
year?
going over.
50 on the dot last year.
They won 53 games.
I'm going over. I'm going over.
I do think they're gonna take a dive. I'm gonna push.
Even what
I'm gonna put them at 47.
I'm gonna go over. I still think they're not gonna win 53, but I'm gonna take the over.
I'm going with the over, but that means you think San Antonio going to win less than 47 games and make the playoffs as an 8th seed.
I think in the West you will be able to this year.
So you think the
Just
bottom
by, just by
half?
a game.
Oh, okay.
Just by a
All right.
game.
I was just,
Just by a game.
All right.
Sacramento Kings, 38 and a half.
I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go over.
I'm definitely going over.
39-40.
They were.
Put them around the same
They
range.
won 39.
It's New Orleans.
They won 39 last year.
They won
Yeah.
40.
41.
41.
They gotta get a big go. I'm not liking Bagley at the 5 if that's what's happening.
They might play here as well.
That's even worse.
They got Costa Koufis.
Costa Coofers.
Costa Koufis.
That's double time worse.
Spurs 47.
Under by a game. I've already figured it out. I have my math ready.
I'm going over.
I gotta go over because I only got the Warriors winning 49. I gotta go over.
I'm going over.
Like, look, my 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going over.
Man, I got a feeling the last couple teams gonna be some terrible teams.
Toronto 46.
Under.
Over.
You definitely gotta go under. They're not making playoffs.
Over.
Under. They not making the playoffs.
Over.
Under.
I say under, but it ain't that fun. It's gonna make the playoffs.
What did they win last year? 59?
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
come on.
That's
Yeah.
no more than 59.
And what's their total? 46?
46.
They won't be in. They won't be in the 50.
They
They
not
can
in
win
the
47 games.
I will take the
They can
over
win 40.
barely.
Yeah. They can win 47, 48 games.
I will take it barely.
I'm taking the under.
You ain't got no damn choice.
You goddamn right. Taking the under.
Utah 54 and a half. That is
Over.
hefty.
No.
Under.
Over. I gotta go over.
Yeah, you got the 2
They
seed.
got them a 2 seed.
Yeah. I'm gonna go under.
I'm just
50,
going over
51.
by half.
I'm gonna say 51.
I go undies.
They won 50 last year.
I got them right above Denver. Yeah.
You got them below Denver.
I got them below Denver?
You got them fifth.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely under then.
Yeah, I'm going over. Half by half.
55 games for the Utah Jazz?
50. If Mike Conley stay healthy, yeah.
That's a lot of games.
I'm going under.
Woo!
That's a big if too.
I'm going under.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
That's
Like
Conley.
Conley.
55 games.
Like Conley like to get hurt.
Dang. Yeah.
The
I'm
legs.
going under.
Man, I'm going under. All right. Oh, say the best for last.
Nah, under. I already know the last team.
Who the
is.
last team?
The only team in the East we ain't talked about. And we ain't talked about them all episodes for a reason. Under.
All the way up.
Ooh.
Under.
Under the sea.
Wallway.
Oh, damn. How many games?
13 and a half. No, 26 and a half.
Under.
Under.
Over. They'll win 30 games.
Under.
Under.
That team is first of all, they're not just bad. They're already hurt. They're already injured.
Who already
IT hurt, ain't
IT hurt.
Damn.
Wall out for the year.
he? Bill, it might get traded.
Bill, under.
Wait, what's the total?
26 and a half.
Yeah, just give me
They
that.
might be the worst team
What
in
they
the
win?
East.
What they
They might
win
be the
last
worst
year?
team in the league this year.
Last year, the Washington Wizards,
Man, they won. Oh, no.
they won a whopping 32 games.
Under. Give me the under. They'll be bad. They'll be worse.
Under.
You remember they won those games without Wall? Everybody,
Who's on that team?
everybody thought they was going.
I got one person in particular.
Immaculately make it to the Eastern Conference Final.
My boy Ketchup. The ball moves so much better.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They went on a 10-game lose streak. He said, "Where the damn ball go?"
Who on their roster?
Bradley Beal.
Bill, IT, you got Brian at the center.
Thomas Bryant at center.
Never mind.
They lost Saturansky. He's
I
out
don't
there.
know.
Saransky
Y'all
on
can
the
stop.
Bulls.
Y'all can stop.
They got Ish Smith starting point guard
Wow.
now.
Oh, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Nice little game manager.
Just-
5
Justin
times
Anderson.
4.
20.
Now subtract 3.
17
That's
games.
exactly what they winning.
You got on one with the Knicks one last year.
Tank City.
It's gonna be some bad teams in the East again.
Tank City, man.
CJ Miles.
They're awful.
He already hurt.
They're awful.
They got Mo Wagner.
They got the rookie out of Gonzaga. So they're probably, the Japanese dude.
Yeah, they do got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
I can't say his name. Is it Rue or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't know. He Japanese. He the first Japanese.
I don't want to butcher his name.
He the first
Oh,
born
Hachimura.
I know he was Team
Hachimura.
Jordan.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know,
Hachimura.
All right, so you putting your
Rue Hachimura.
You had that in your
your
notes.
Japanese out there.
Did you have that in your
You got
notes?
that in your bag.
All right, so man, that's good. I can't wait till next Tuesday. Tip off. Football. Jalen Ramsey on his way to the Rams.
Great pickup for the Rams.
Where does that elevate them though?
Nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere.
Nowhere.
I just don't like.
It's an upgrade from what they had.
That is true.
But
It's
Big upgrade from what they had.
That is true.
Their corners were just getting older. I mean, Talib was hurt. Peters was getting smoked.
Gurley still hurt.
Gurley still hurt.
Gurley is still hurt.
Golf still horrible.
Golf is still.
for the last
Yeah.
few games, he's been horrible.
Golf still horrible. Okay. Yeah. They can upgrade them. I mean, at that position. But
Can they still make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh no.
They 2-3.
3-3.
3-3 right
They'll
now.
make playoffs. They gotta get
They
together.
still can make the playoffs.
No.
They don't need to get Gurley back, man.
The NFC is too strong this year.
They got to get Gurley back.
Think about it. You got the Bears at
3-2.
3-2.
Packers 5-1.
Packers.
Vikings 4-2.
There you go. Come on.
They'll
Lions 2-1.
Well, let's cut it out.
What?
You was on the roll.
No, I'm just naming teams.
You was on the roll.
Right, I
2-1.
don't have faith in
You
Vikings.
was on the roll for a minute. Okay. Then you go to the goddamn Lions.
I was just naming the whole NFC North. Seahawks.
You know, Lions have been looking decent this year.
And they got cheated yesterday.
They did get cheated.
Yeah, loss is a loss.
They did. No, a loss is not a
No.
loss.
It's not a
That
I mean,
that was horrible, bro. That was horrible.
No, that's what I mean. I mean, it's still
Yeah,
loss.
No,
loss
you
is
meant
not-
what you said what you mean. Okay,
It's
don't make me
still
come across this.
it's
Don't
still
make me
a-
come across this
it's still
goddamn
a-
table.
I mean, they should be
It's a
3-1-1.
They should.
But then,
Because they got cheated.
that's not what I mean. Of course, they got cheated. But
What
they
do you
can't
mean
go
what you're
back.
saying? No.
What are you trying to say? I'm confused.
When you look at the wins and losses columns, it's still a tie.
They still lost, but I mean that's
All right, so here's a question that
horrible.
that came up in the barbershop when I was in the barbershop. Can the NFC North get three teams in?
Who's
No.
in the North? Bears
No.
in the North?
Yes, the Bears and
No,
The
hell
Bears
no.
in the North.
No.
No, that's not the division.
That's the best division in football, but no. The answer to that is no. And the only reason I say that is
Yeah.
because you like
The West.
no, it's the East.
They
Like-
beat up on each other.
Still got 49.
No, the East is gonna get one
No,
team
the East
in.
only
The
gonna get one
East
team
gonna
in.
get 2 teams in.
They three. They got actually the West is looking more like the team
Yeah,
that get two
they-
teams in. You got the
How you figure with
the
the East?
49ers at 5-0, and,
Forty-
and then you got the
Yeah.
Seahawks at 5-1.
Yeah, but I unless Russell Wilson continues to perform at the MVP level, unless he continues to perform at the MVP level, I don't see the Seahawks making it.
So we don't have faith in Russell Wilson?
That's not what I said.
Unless
He has to continue to perform at the level that he is performing at.
he will.
He has to.
They schedule. They play the Ravens. They play at Atlanta. They play
Bucks.
The Bucks. The 49ers. The Eagles. Both of those are road games. They play the Vikings, who look like a totally different team. They play at LA Rams. They play at Carolina. Then they end the season with the Cardinals and the 49ers.
I don't have no faith in the Eagles. I don't have no faith in the Cowboys.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but you know what though? But the Eagles at home is a totally different team.
No, I'm just talking about. I wasn't talking about that game.
Oh,
I was just
talking
talking
about the
about
NFC East?
just the NFC East. Like,
Yeah, they got some unpredictable teams.
yeah, man. Like,
And the Eagles, the Cowboys. That's just tough.
so I think, I do think if any division gets the NFC North.
and then you
Can
saying
the
the
NFC
North?
get two teams?
Will the NFC North get 2
Two
teams?
teams?
Can they get two teams?
I think they'll get 2 teams.
I think they'll get 2.
Who's the odd team out?
This pains me to say it because I really think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I think that the Bears.
We just lost Long for the year.
The Bears.
I'm starting to think the Bears are going to be the odd team out. If Minnesota's going to open their playbook up and not only use Cook, but also use Diggs and Thielen, like the way they've been doing the last 2 weeks, and their defense continues to be really good, they're gonna look like they've looked the last 2 weeks.
Now let's see what happens at the trade deadline. That
I agree.
because if Minnesota keeps Diggs, I agree with that. If
I
they
agree.
don't keep Diggs, I think they could drastically drop
I think he bought his ticket for the year.
to stay in Minnesota.
Yeah, this past weekend. 3 touchdowns.
Or he boosted his trade value.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Or he
that's
boosted
true.
his trade value.
That's true. But with them having a chance to make the playoffs, I think they'll keep him. And then if he continues to play well, his trade value will still be high in the offseason. And if they feel like they want to trade him, they can trade him. But I mean, that performance last week
Yeah.
pretty much says, all right, I've been bitching for 3 weeks for a reason, and this is the reason. Because we look so much better when we're using our wide receivers and our quarterback and not just our running back.
Yeah.
And he was right. Bears not looking impressive though.
What, they 3-2 Bears?
3-2.
I mean, they gotta beat the Saints at home, which is good. Outside conditions, no breeze. Bridgewater has been playing good ball, but still, it's no breeze. So
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
the Saints defense ain't been no slouch. Man.
Outside conditions ain't gonna mean nothing. It's gonna be 63 and sunny. It's gonna be 63 and sunny on
And the
Sunday.
Saints defense is not no slouch.
Not no slouch. They're good.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think you could just
They've shut
to
down
your
some
point.
really
They
good
have
teams.
to. They have to win. The Bears have to beat the Saints, but it's not gonna be easy.
It's gonna have to be a defensive game, and they're gonna have to. And they're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to get it.
They're gonna have to make field goals,
I'm taking under.
and they're gonna have to get some turnovers.
And they're gonna have to convert those turnovers to touchdowns.
Yeah,
Like they just can't convert them to short field.
I agree.
They
They
gotta
need
convert
all the points they're gonna be
all
able
the
to get.
points they can get.
Yeah, that's gonna be an ugly game, actually.
Very ugly.
It's gonna be low scoring.
That's gonna be ugly.
Actually, the Bears next few weeks, they catch some breaks.
They're not starting with the Saints.
Not starting this week.
Now, when I say catching breaks, of course, the Saints have been playing well without
Why
Breeze.
you gotta get damn mind.
No.
You don't catch no damn
No.
breaks.
You're playing the Saints team without Drew Brees. You are catching a break. I don't care what anybody says.
And you still got your backup quarterback playing.
No.
Who's
But
better
this
than your
is
starting quarterback.
this is
No. I'm saying the Bears still have their backup quarterback playing. You ain't catching no break.
we are catching a break because Drew Brees could be playing. We're at home, number one. We're at home, which is in our favor. We're just at home, which we play better at home. All right. So we still got our defense.
Your defense plays better at home.
We still got our defense, and they don't have Drew Brees.
And you still got your offense. And they defense is improved.
It has, but
That ain't no break.
it's
And
a
Teddy Bridgewater is a starting quarterback in the league.
Dude, the Bears' schedule is
It's
brutal.
That's what I'm saying.
no.
What is
I
it?
said,
Break?
look,
But the Chargers are
the Chargers suck. They got a bunch of players hurt. That's why I said the Bears are catching breaks. The Chargers aren't healthy.
And that's 2
Who
weeks.
not?
from now.
Oh wait. Time out.
They're missing some defensive players.
Derwin James.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one.
Shit. Gordon just come back. They look awful. They look god awful.
They had some
I
bad
don't think.
turnovers
I
last
don't
week,
think
too.
the Bears are catching a break playing the Chargers.
Yeah, no.
So let's go to who's after that.
At Philly.
No, that's not a break.
Philly's inconsistent. You know what Philly team you gonna
You
get?
just said at Philly.
Excuse for each
The
team.
game is at Philly.
Okay, come on. Who after that?
The Redskins almost beat them in
Lions.
Philly.
Who after the Lions?
The Rams.
I was just talking about the
And
next.
LA.
I said the next few weeks. Few is 3.
And then they
Oh,
do,
so
and
we
then
got.
finally-
Hold on. So you saying we gotta wait 3 weeks for the break to come?
No, I'm talking
4
about.
or 5 weeks.
No,
They
I'm
finally
talking about
put the
New
Giants-
Orleans.
They finally
At
put
New
the
Orleans
Giants
at home. You got the Chargers at home,
That's not-
and then you go on the road and you play Philly.
And then you go on the road and play.
I was done after the
The
Philly
game
game.
is the Lions game.
I
is
said the
actually
next
in Chicago.
few.
So they catch.
Now I'm talking about the next few games. These are winnable games, even without.
So let me just ask you this question: if the Bears go 0-3 in this stretch,
It's over.
Okay, all right, that's all.
It is over.
Okay,
At the worst, we got to go
They're
2-1.
They're not gonna go 1-3 though. I don't think.
But then they ended the season schedule.
They'll at least
It's
win 2 out of the
brutal.
next 3 games.
What 2 they gonna win, Booth?
I think they'll beat the
They
Chargers.
will.
I don't
They
think it's
will.
an easy
They
game,
will.
but I think they'll beat the
They
Chargers.
have to win these games.
No, but that's what I'm saying. What 2 they gonna win? The Chargers is one.
I think
Then
they'll
they play the
win the
Eagles at home and they play the Saints at. I mean the Eagles on
Saints
the road
first.
and the Saints at home.
Listen to
So you saying they going 1 and 2?
Listen
You just
to-
said they
hold on,
gotta
hold
win
on.
2 of them.
I
What?
said 3 out of the next 3. They win 2 out of 3.
Okay, so what's the other one? You just said the Chargers. Where's the other
Can't get
win?
it out.
Okay, go ahead.
The Saints?
No.
No, shh.
I
Let him
think
get
they
it
have a
out.
better chance of beating the Eagles than the Saints.
Oh shit.
Nah.
Yes, man.
Eagles are at full strength. At home, your chances are better against a backup quarterback.
They'll get Jackson back by that time too.
And they gonna have Jordan Howard trying to prove a point.
Man, ain't no good outcome. What I'm saying, I'm just telling you what it is, man.
And this ain't their first time. They've seen Bridgewater
What you
before.
got in this glass, man?
It ain't like this their first time playing it against
Listen to
Bridgewater.
their last 5 games. This is how the Bears are gonna end the year.
Bro, I don't
They
think
gonna
so.
they gonna patch it again, has it?
They're gonna end the year at Detroit, versus Dallas,
Oh,
at Green Bay.
oh my.
They play the Chiefs,
Yikes.
and then they end the season at Minnesota.
It's been fun. It's been one.
Hey, Ray, the Bears might not
How many of them
win
games
six
is at home
The
though?
only break they
How
get,
many of them games is at home
the
though?
only
You need
break,
them home
the
games.
only break that they get is they're gonna play a home game versus the Chiefs,
And they play at home versus
Dallas.
Cowboys.
but they're at Detroit, at Green Bay, at Minnesota to
So
end the
are
year.
the Bears going to win? So let me ask you a better question. The Bears right now are 3-2. Are they going to win 6 games?
Yes.
What other 3 teams?
NFL has been so unpredictable.
Okay, I ain't asked what the NFL has been. Look at the Bears schedule right now. What other 3 games can you pencil in as a W?
I give you Chargers. I hope you already.
No, let me retract that.
I got this.
Let me retract it.
I got this.
What 3 games can we put down with a permanent marker that the Bears are going to win?
Me as a Bears fan,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna beat the Lions twice. I don't care how good Matt Stafford play. Whenever he plays the Bears, just like Kirk Cousins, whenever he plays the Bears, he plays like complete doo-doo. So
The Lions, you're gonna put in permanent marker to lose the Bears to win those 2 games.
I will put that. The Bears can win both those games, and I don't care where they play the Vikings at. Kirk Cousins does not play well against the Bears.
So those your 3 games.
I think they're going to beat the Chargers,
That's 4.
and I think they're going to beat the Saints.
That's 5. So you have the Bears winning 8 games.
No, you just asked me which ones could I pencil in.
No, I ain't say pencil. I said in permanent marker. Like these are guaranteed W's. That's what I'm asking. Guaranteed W.
Cowboys,
It's a guaranteed W.
yes.
That schedule is brutal.
Wow.
Cowboys. Oh, Giants.
The Giants is definitely.
The Giants, I give you that one. Yeah.
The Rams. They ain't fucking good. Look. If you would have told me, look
I'm
at
not
these.
Ray. Remember what I'm asking. I'm asking for a permanent marker. Like this can't be erased. I ain't saying you can put it down, see what the Rams turn into, say, you know what, let me backtrack. I'm saying you say it right now on the record, on this show, the Bears are beating what 3, and I'm giving you the ability to pick 3 teams to say they're going to at least win 6 games.
I already said that.
Okay, so what 3 games are they going to without a doubt in your mind, win? They're guaranteed to win these games, no matter where it's played.
Cowboys, Saints, Chargers.
That's it. Them your 3.
Oh,
Man, they not winning this weekend. I'm sorry.
I would have said the Giants before anybody. Shit.
I keep forgetting about
They
the
not
Giants.
winning this game. Chargers, I see. Definitely the Giants. They can win a home game versus Detroit. That's 3.
They can win at Detroit.
Them your 3. Them your 3.
They not winning that.
After that, man,
They could beat Minnesota. Kirk Cousins plays terrible versus the Bears.
I'm saying without a doubt.
That's a without a doubt.
I'm thinking that's if the Vikings are the team to play. Like obviously this is the last game of the season, so a lot could change.
Absolutely.
But if the Vikings continue to play like they've been playing and they're healthy, yeah, I don't see them actually winning.
I just feel like Mitch Trubisky being out
On Booth.
for an extended period of time hurts.
He'll be back. I'll talk to him.
When he coming back?
Not this week. Week after. He'll be back. He'll be back.
All right.
Guys playing.
Enough about these bum Bears. What else we got, man?
Yeah. What else?
Peters got traded to the Ravens.
He was just as trash as the Bears being.
How better does that make the Ravens? How much better does that make the Ravens?
I think I don't know. Marcus Peters to me is like up and down. It depends on which Peters you get. Like it's his I don't even want to say his commitment level, but
His focus.
yeah, is his focus gonna be where you need it to be? Because the Ravens are known for their defense, and Peters, when he's focused, can be that lockdown number 1 corner that can travel. But we don't know what Peters would get. Last year he was their best corner on the Rams, and he had bad games last year. Like, you know, he played some of his best games with Talib. Like, when Talib wasn't there, he played a little bad. So, like, I'm starting to question, like, is Peters really, like, a true number one corner? Or is Peters really, like, a number two that looks like a number one when he has a true number one next to him?
Okay. So, yeah.
And also the Ravens, they don't have that. Their veteran that they have is Eric Weddle. Like, they don't have that Raven veteran. They don't have Suggs. They don't have Ed Reed. They don't have the middle linebacker.
Say his name.
The middle linebacker.
Say his name.
That dude. That dude. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Buddy ass. They don't have him in the locker room no more. They don't have that lifetime Raven that'll put you in your place on that team.
We've been talking about teams struggling. I know my Bears are struggling, but, you know, they're at least still above 500 with a game at home, right? The Dallas Cowboys, the San Diego Chargers,
LA Chargers.
LA, San Diego, Matson Chargers, the Richmond Park Chargers.
Wow.
You can call it whatever you want to call them, all right? Trash. They have been god-awful, especially the Cowboys.
I don't think the Cowboys have been off.
See, no, you can't do that. I can't.
Think about it. They played. So think about last week, right? They lost to the Jets. Yes, they played without both of their starting left tackles, and their number one receiver got hurt, and Randall Cobb didn't play. So they're down offensive weapons. Like, Dak is really playing with one backup at the most important position on the offensive line, and that's left tackle. That's his blind side. And then the right tackle is a backup. And then his number one receiver now becomes Michael Gallup. Like, and then after that, we have Tavon Austin. I mean, you got Tavon Austin. I don't even know who after that. Like, you look in the Jason Witten his role becomes that much more important. It becomes that much more bigger. And that's not what you want out of Witten. So that game, I'll give Dallas a pass. And Dallas actually would have won the game if their kicker hits the field goal. If their kicker hits that 40-yard field goal, they win that game.
I don't think it should have came to that, though.
It shouldn't have, but let's just be real. The Jets' defense is not no slouch.
No, they've been decent all year.
The Jets' defense is not no slouch.
They've been decent all year.
Now, the game against the Packers, horrible. You got to get up for that game.
Trash.
You got to get up for that game.
They were getting mollywopped.
And the game, who did they lose?
Saints.
What was it, 31-3 at one point?
But the Saints game, yeah, the Packers, they was getting the dog. They got took to the shit. And the Saints game was a close game.
Their offense played like trash, though.
It did.
Their offense was trash. They scored
But
10
again,
points.
the Saints defense is much improved.
Dak's thrown what?
22 for 33.
Five interceptions in the last 3
Six.
games? 6 interceptions. It's not gonna get it done.
No.
Hey, you want this
Now
money?
when
You want this money,
money
Dak?
too.
You
Yeah.
gotta find a way to win these games, boy.
The Chargers,
Trash.
Jesus.
Well, the Chargers, look, a lot of games the Chargers won last year was last-second drives, good bounces their way. They start the year this year, number one running back is holding out.
Phillip Rivers started off the game with a backwards pass that got taken to the house for a touchdown. Then he comes back the next possession and gets a tip pass for an interception. They are awful. This is to a third-string quarterback
They'll take the game off.
They can't run the ball.
at home.
They can't run. They offensive line is
They can't run the ball. I mean, Gordon had 18 yards rushing last game. I know they started off the game bad because they were down 21-0, but you gotta be able to run the ball.
yeah, but they offensive line is just
Jeez.
always been terrible.
Hard to do
Rivers was
anything when you're
26 of
offensive line,
44
man.
in that game. He threw the ball 44 times and only had 320 yards.
And another team that's been struggling the last couple weeks, the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Remember what I told y'all 3 weeks ago? I'm just gonna say that. You know.
Like your boy Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
It's been more their defense though than his. Well, Mahomes played bad last game. Mahomes played
They
bad.
Against the
played-
Texans?
He played
Against
bad
the
against the Texans. He played bad against the Lions. He played bad against the team before that.
The team before that, they
No,
won that
I'm
game.
saying the
You
team
talking
before
about,
the Texans.
You talking about the Colts?
So hold
Yeah,
on, hold on,
they
hold
just
on,
had
hold
a
on.
ball. They used to have a ball.
Mahomes didn't have his best game, but I thought Watson played good. He had a touchdown. Well, he had a rushing touchdown too, right?
Who Watson?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns.
He had the rest of them take the lead.
Yeah,
sure.
Actually, in the game.
Yeah.
Mahomes
two
had
touchdowns.
3 touchdowns and a pick.
One of those touchdowns was pure luck. The
The
first
one that
touchdown,
Hill-
Tyreek
one
Hill
Hill,
was pure
yeah,
luck.
stored up there.
He
Yeah,
just
three
threw that
touchdowns,
up there.
3 touchdowns and an interception actually.
Now he did play bad.
The interception wasn't his fault either.
Yes,
the
it was.
the
Yes, it was.
interception
Interference.
was a flag. He saw the flag, so he tried the old Rodgers trick. Tried to
Pick the
just,
flag
I got a
up.
free play. I'm gonna throw it to the end
gotta
zone.
throw it to the. So okay, here's the thing with that. Even with that play, right? When you get a flag, Rodgers typically takes the flag when it's in the offsides and he'll throw it. Or if it's a pass, like you don't necessarily know it's a pass interference. Like that flag comes out, it's typically for pass interference or defensive holding. But like they called it in the game, it should have still been a defensive holding flag. But when you get a pass interference, you still have to throw at that guy. He took a shot in the end zone, completely away from the guy, and the guy he threw it to was triple covered. Like that was dumb.
No, I agree. No, it was dumb. It was dumb. But also, you think you got a free play, you think you could just throw it anywhere, and he does that, and he does it. He just throws it anywhere. He was playing bad in the game though. I will agree.
Horrible.
He was forcing a lot of throws to Hill.
And I think he's hurt.
Throwing off his back foot
And
too
I think
much.
he's hurt.
Well, yeah, he's hurt. He's still hurt from the Colts game when he hurt his
He
ankle.
was hurt before the Colts game, but I mean, he's throwing off his back foot, right? And when it's, I'm gonna go back to the Colts game. Even though the touchdown he threw against the Colts, right? Everybody is going to be like, oh, he scrambled out and he threw a pass on a dime, like out the pocket, right? Look at the Colts defender. The Colts were in the zone. The defense was in a perfect place. If that defender stays in his zone until Mahomes truly becomes a runner, he doesn't get that pass off.
But here's where they've been struggling. So last game, time possession. Time possession has been killing them because their defense just can't get off.
Defense can't get off the field. They don't have a running game.
39 minutes, the Texans had the ball to the Chiefs 20. And it was probably even, I'm looking at the Colts 37-22.
But they only had it for a minute in the fourth quarter. The
Defense
Chiefs.
is so trash.
So that's my thing. The teams have figured out their defense to the point to where they've learned how to also melt the clock and also still move the ball. So, but that's how you beat the Chiefs. I mean, you know they want to speed the game up. They want you to throw it everywhere. Teams are countering that. The Colts actually gave everybody the format.
No, I think the Lions did.
The Lions caught some bad breaks too.
I think the Lions.
They be
I,
getting
I,
They caught some bad breaks. They
I'm
lied.
gonna say the Lions. The Lions gave. So I'm gonna take a step back. I think the Patriots gave the blueprint. The Lions took that blueprint and followed it the whole game. Then the Colts took it and kind of mastered it on the offensive end, like. Because the thing that scares you about the Chiefs, it's the same thing. If you don't let them score fast, like if they don't get up, and I've said this since we've been talking about the Chiefs, if the Chiefs have to play from behind, if they're not ahead and they're not scoring constantly, then you as a team feel like we can compete. Like even if you go back to that Ravens game, right? The Ravens come out, they score first. The Chiefs come out, they score. The Ravens have a 3-and-out. The Chiefs score again. Before the Ravens can score, the Ravens can't move the ball, the Chiefs score again. Now the points start coming so fast, and it's like, now we have to change our offense. When you are able to slow the Chiefs down, right, and stop them from scoring, you know you can move the ball on their defense. and you don't have to. Now you're not in a rush. Where the Chiefs get you is when you feel like I gotta hush. They done score. Now I gotta hurry up and score. Like that was the thing in the Texans game. Like even in the Texans game, the Texans they got down.
Yeah, they caught some. They caught when Mahomes threw the touchdown. They were driving
Yeah,
to about to go 24-3 actually.
but he threw the interception.
Yeah, when he threw the interception.
And then the Chiefs, the Texans get the break, but then they turn around and score, and they're like, okay, we back in the game. We back in the game. We down 7. All we got to do is get one stop.
Yeah,
And then they get the stop, and then boom.
Lions had time of possession 33-26, so it wasn't as bad as the other two teams, but
They got to be able to run the
Still.
ball. They got to be able to run the ball. They have to.
And the Chiefs, I've said, the Chiefs receivers are really not, they're just faster than everybody. They're really not, outside of Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, their receivers are not that good.
and they were out Watkins last game too.
Watkins stay hurt.
Yeah, he was out last game, but he's been playing really good for them. Well, especially when Hill's out.
You can get money.
Yeah.
They got the Broncos this week. They're going to bounce back. In Denver.
In
So,
Denver,
the
mile high.
thing is,
And
though,
it's Thursday night.
the thing is, it's Thursday night, so Mahomes doesn't get that extra couple days to heal. But I was just telling Ray this last week. For some reason, on Thursday nights, defenses haven't been as good. So I don't expect the Broncos defense to be as good as it's been the last couple weeks. So I think they will be able to score. I think it was still gonna be a struggle though because their defense still
Sucks.
it's still gonna suck, and the Broncos are gonna run. We know what the Broncos want to do. They want to ugly the game up. So it's gonna be a close one. I think they can. I think they can pull it out though.
Is Eric Fisher back?
That's a good question.
Because if he not, you got Bradley Chubb on one end, you got Von Miller on another. And that could be ugly.
That's a good question. Chiefs got to be able to run the ball.
That could be ugly.
They're not going to go far if they can't run the ball. Have a threat to run the ball.
They got LaShawn McCoy.
I mean, but
You know, they use a 3-back system.
like
So
they don't run the ball. Though.
Yeah, nobody ever gets like a rhythm.
How many say they got the personnel to run the ball? They just won't run the ball for whatever
That's
reason.
because they fall in love with the speed. You got so much speed on the outside. All I'm going to do is outrun everybody. And a lot of teams now are playing zone. They rushing 4.
Eric Fisher's out.
Teams are rushing 4, dropping 7. And if you can get to Mahomes with 4,
Good luck.
good luck.
Broncos starting corner is out though.
Who?
Callahan.
Okay.
I will say in the next 2 to 3 weeks, the standings that we see now are going to look completely different.
Different in which way?
I don't know because the NFL season has been unpredictable.
Jesus,
It's been unpredictable. Nobody thought the Rams were going to be bad like this or after this slow start.
Yeah, nobody thought the Chargers would be this bad.
Nobody thought the Chargers would be this bad.
Even I didn't think they was gonna be this bad.
Well, I can tell you the 2 teams that's undefeated right now will still be undefeated in the next 3 weeks. I'm believing the 49ers.
Yeah, the 40.
I'm believing 49ers, man. They looking impressive, man.
Defense was improved. I tried to tell
They
you.
they're 2 games away from me picking them going to the Super Bowl.
And
For
Jimmy
the Patriots,
team
just
going to the Super Bowl.
And that defense.
All right, now I'm going to say this.
That defense.
They've been impressive.
Who, the 49ers?
Yes.
Impressive,
That
man.
defense, man.
Who have they played?
That
They
defense.
ran- they
Listen,
beat the
I don't-
Rams?
They schedule been sweet.
Now,
They
They
played the Bucks, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns.
now,
and
no,
the
don't,
Rams.
don't listen now. They have been impressive.
I mean,
God damn it.
At
God
the
damn it.
same token, look,
You play who in front of you.
At the
Bucks,
same
the
token,
Bengals,
at the
the
same
Steelers,
token, look, we can say the
Browns, and
same.
the
We can
Rams.
say the same about the Patriots.
Doesn't matter.
Who they play?
They've proven.
They haven't
They've
played
been
anybody
proven.
either.
They haven't played.
They
yet.
haven't. We know
They've
this.
been proven. We know they can be good.
But
teams.
I mean, let's just be real,
I think
right?
it's the way the Patriots been winning.
And
games.
and look at the way the 49ers have been winning the game.
The last
the
2 games,
exact
their
same
defense.
way.
The last 2 games.
No, it's been the same.
They were the Bucks were a turnover away from actually winning the game. They should have actually won that
It's
game.
defense, right?
The Bengals are just awful. The Bengals are awful. Bengals are awful.
So they got one.
And then they probably should have lost to the Steelers too. The Steelers.
Sometimes when
Right,
sometimes you get lucky.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, they've been impressive though. They've been impressive.
That
but
defense.
But I'm with Ray on that. They ain't played.
They ain't played nobody.
And they play the Redskins. And they play the
same-
Redskins next.
The same that we
Yeah,
said.
7-0.
Look, the Buffalo Bills
7-0.
was Buffalo Bills 4-1. They ain't played nobody.
Like the Patriots.
They lost.
And
Outside of that, they
but they look.
they played
Their
them
defense
toe-to-toe.
look damn
And
good.
that's what I'm saying. But if you go and look at the Bills schedule, they haven't played anybody. You play who in front of you.
I mean, no, that's true, but I'm
know
not.
that.
You know, I'm waiting for the 49ers to get tested. I'm trying to figure out what week that's gonna happen.
Okay, let's get to it.
Ain't happening this week.
These sweet schedules, man.
I mean,
Before
the
the-
Panthers,
There's a lot of bad
the
teams.
Panthers, the Panthers. That's next. That's the week after next. And then two.
They got tested by the Rams.
I think.
No,
You know what? You know what?
come on, man, don't
When they
let
play
the
the
Rams
Panthers,
go.
you know who probably gonna be back.
Cam.
Yeah.
I don't think Cam, bro.
They said he's practicing.
Rams-
didn't they?
Rams-
I don't
They said they're gonna make a quarterback decision.
I don't think Cam.
The second week of their bye.
Yeah, I really don't think.
I don't think they're gonna go with. I think they're going with Allen, man. It's sounding. Everything is sounding like they're gonna stay with Allen.
Yeah. Until Allen has to lose some games,
Man,
or he has to play like atrocious.
And they have a bye, so you're not gonna know until
And they
another
not,
week
and
or
they,
two.
yeah, and they're not putting the game in Allen's hand. Like that's the other thing.
And look, and then if he can win the 49ers game, they're gonna play the Titans. They're gonna win again,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna play Green Bay. So that's when you learn. But if you get to Green Bay, if they get to Green
South
Bay,
Carolina?
and Allen's still starting, they're just gonna stay with him.
yeah, you have to.
They're just gonna stay with him. They're gonna ride with him.
This 49ers schedule is nice.
They got a sweet schedule. They still ain't played the Cardinals yet.
Just remember who picked them to win the division.
They go Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's gonna be right. That's gonna be the L right here
What?
to the Seahawks.
They lose
Yeah,
to
that's
Seahawks.
one. That's one loss. Shit, 2 losses at the most. That's 14-2. I'll take that.
They gonna have a loss in here somewhere else that we can't see. It's gonna be one of them fluke games. I'm telling you.
I
It's
mean, the
gonna be one of them
Packers,
fluke
they
games.
might lose to the Packers.
It's gonna be like to the Cardinals or somebody. It's gonna come out of nowhere. We're gonna be like, damn.
Oh, they lose to Cardinals,
I'm just saying.
Seahawks, Packers.
I don't, you know.
They look good though.
MLB wise, Nationals headed to the World Series.
They are.
Sweep, clean sweep.
Clean sweep. It was ugly, too.
Sweep.
They beat the dog out of them boys.
Cardinals,
How many runs did the Cardinals score today?
4.
So it was 7-4 when I was watching.
Yeah, 7-4.
So the Cardinals scored a total of 6 runs the entire series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. 0, 1, 2, and yeah.
Terrible. Well, the percentage got to play out.
Hell, they scored more runs than that in one inning.
In that game 5. They say the percentages play out, man.
They
They
always
scored all
play
the
out.
runs. They scored all the runs in that game 5. They was out of runs.
They used all their good
They
bats.
used up all their good bats, man.
Yikes.
Astros won 4-1 today. They up 2-1 on the Yankees.
And that series could be over.
You know what's crazy?
Who pitching next?
For who?
For both teams, actually. Let's see.
For the Astros, it's probably going to be.
Greinke again?
Nah, I don't think they would, because this would be game
They haven't
4.
announced it yet.
We haven't announced it.
It might, because that's only, they got to go with somebody else. But the Yankees actually were up on Verlander.
Yeah, they were.
Oh yeah, they were.
They was, and I
That's a game they went the extras, right?
yes,
Yeah.
and they actually could have won that game. Out of that,
They had their chances.
when they brought in Ottavino, man, 1 pitch, out, gone.
Game.
No, that tied the game.
That's the one that tied it.
That was the one that tied the game. 1 pitch, boom. And see, that's what I'm saying. It becomes one of those things. Like if the Yankees can get to the starting pitching, it plays in their favor. But when you start to play that reliever versus batter game, and you trying to like play out the averages and all of that stuff, it 1 bad pitch and boom.
See ya.
Yeah,
Happened twice.
it happened twice.
Happened twice in that game.
Yeah, because J Happ came in and just served it up.
Yeah.
And I think the Yankees were a little too aggressive. They had the opportunity to have bases loaded, 2 outs, and I forgot who the player was. I want to say it was DJ LeMahieu. Tried to get home from third on it was like a knockdown. Like the ball got knocked down by Tuve, who played second for the
So it's still in the infield.
It was still in the infield.
Trying to get greedy.
Yeah, he got too greedy. He was out by a mile.
They might be throwing Greinke out here next game.
I
They
wouldn't
did
do
a
that.
three-man rotation first series.
I wouldn't do that.
Verlander pitched the game one.
I mean,
and
they
four.
might, they could. I mean, you
I don't-
have to think at some point
Verlander
they're going
lost
to
the
need him to have a good game.
Verlander lost his game too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't like that because now what happens is if you throw Greinke out there tomorrow on short rest, let's say the Yankees win. Now it's 2-2, right?
Right.
So now if you're the Astros, because the next game after that, so today, tomorrow, and then the next game after that are all in Yankee Stadium. So now you're saying we have our two best players, right? The series is tied, could potentially be tied 2-2.
Right.
We have our two best players on short rest. We need y'all to win both of these games. Because if we go to a game 7, it's all hands on deck. And now we're asking Verlander, Greinke, and Cole to potentially pitch on short rest. Again, I don't like that. I do not like that.
Looks like they're gonna do it. They rolling with their 3 guns and that's it.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, they rolling with their 3 guns and that's it.
You got to roll with what got you there.
And then I mean, even if they do have to go to game 6, like it's on Saturday, so Cole will be fully rested, and then you know what's going on after that. They're gonna throw Verlander back out there on short rest for game 7.
Greinke's going to have to pitch well for them to.
Yeah.
He's going to have to win a game for them.
He has to.
He's going to have to.
And I bet a dude who got $3 million on this, I bet he happy.
The
Oh,
furniture
man,
guy.
furniture guy, $3 million. He got $11 million on the line.
Business is booming. That's going to be a good one. So, go talk.
Oh man. I'm switching it up on y'all. Y'all get ready.
Lacrosse.
Y'all get ready.
Badminton.
Track and field.
Y'all get ready.
I got a feeling it's gonna be track.
Flute versus the clarinet.
Y'all get ready.
What are you doing?
All right.
They're doing the Special Olympics.
Y'all get ready. I'm just gonna give y'all a couple of things.
Jesus.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Person A has
Sport.
I ain't giving you no sport, Jack. Once I tell y'all the stats, you're gonna be able to figure it out.
I didn't even say man. You said just person, eh?
Person A
God bless us.
is a Hall of Famer.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
Alright, that cuts it down.
The next stat gonna tell y'all the sport. 3 Super Bowl championships.
Football
So
means
it's men's football.
Okay. They have a career record of 92 wins, 59 losses, and 1 tie. That's all I'm giving you.
3 Super Bowls in the Hall of Fame.
Person B
Position.
has 6 Super Bowl championships. They have a career total of 267 wins, 123 losses, and no ties.
Not Tom Brady. That would be too obvious.
We got Bill Belichick,
Got
Yep.
the coaches.
player B,
Yep.
Yes.
and three Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls.
Jimmy Johnson.
Nope.
This is not fair. Nobody better than Bill Belichick.
It's arguable.
3
Is it though?
Super Bowls.
3 Super arguable.
Is it, oh, we gonna
Once
see
you figure out who person 1 is, you know,
3 Super Bowls.
it's
huh?
arguable.
Jim Lombardi,
Vince. His name is Vince. And the answer is no.
Who did I say? I said Jim.
Yeah.
Jim.
Shout
I'm
out
gonna take it off the record.
Shout out to Jim Lombardi.
Whoever you are.
And he has three.
3 Super Bowls.
Oh, Bill Parcells.
No.
That was good. That was better than Jim
92
Lombardi.
wins.
90. Yes.
3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls.
What did you say, Booth? Bill Parcells?
Yeah, it's
Better
not
than
Bill.
Jim
It's
Lombardi.
not Bill Parcells.
3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls.
I
give y'all.
what's his name? Was that already said?
Who?
Cowboys coach, man.
Jimmy Johnson?
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm.
Bill Walsh.
Yep.
Bill Belichick.
Bill versus Bill. One invented an offense that is still used to this day, and one is a defensive genius. So you gotta ask yourself, offense versus defense.
Bill Belichick.
One had Joe Montana
And one had to go.
and Jerry Rice.
And one had to go.
Had to go. One also coached Lawrence Taylor,
Oh,
who some will argue is the best defensive player to ever play the game of
yeah,
football.
I'm going to argue the affirmative on that one. Lawrence Taylor is definitely top 3.
Go on, Belichick.
Take the air out the ball. The ball.
I'll go Belichick, man. Shit. 6 Super Bowls, dog.
6 Super Bowls, man.
He actually got
Oh, he got another team, don't
he
he?
got 8.
He's an assistant, right?
Yeah,
Is this Bill?
defensive coordinator to Parcells. He got 8.
I'm gonna just keep it head coach. Damn, 6 Super Bowls, dog. 6.
Hey man,
I feel what Jerry was trying to make it interesting. He was said Bill Belichick.
6 Super Bowls, and I feel like
Below some stats.
it's like I don't know, man. This is always something different. Like, none of these teams look the same except Brady. Like, for real, like they get players, they'll have them for a little spurt,
He just wins with anybody.
and then they'll get a new wave, and you'll be like, "Oh, where did these guys come from?" Like,
So you don't think the fact that an offense that was created in the 80s
that is still being used 20 plus years later.
Might be a great innovator.
Tex Winter orchestrated the triangle.
We talking about something that's still successful. The triangle is no longer successful. Teams still run the West Coast offense to this day.
Teams actually still do run
Run
a
it.
little bit of the
Triangle. I was just about to say that they definitely
Do
run
they
it.
run it the same way? Like that's what I'm
They
saying.
just don't run 100% triangle.
But teams are running 100% the West Coast offense.
He gets credit for being the innovator and for the team still using it. But if I'm talking like,
Just coaching.
y'all, man got 6 rings, dog.
Like, 6 rings is impressive.
6 and counting.
Yeah, and he ain't like,
He ain't look like he done.
Like,
6
man,
and counting,
like-
man. And he wins with anybody. They about to get rid of Michael
it's
Vick.
been years the defense
They're not
hasn't.
getting rid of
You
him.
don't think that?
It's been
Man.
years that
I
the
won't try to
defense
do it.
hasn't been that like look last year. All last year, their defense was not impressive up until they
They
played
were
that
top.
dude.
They were a top 5 defense in points allowed. I don't care how many yards you give up. I don't care how many passing yards, how many rush yards. They were a top 5 defense in points
That's
allowed.
all that matters.
They're not giving up points. Bill
That's
Belichick
y'all's
has the games where they don't need to give up points. He's not giving up points. He's not.
Yards all day.
You get your yards all day long, but when you get to that
All
money
day.
zone, you ain't getting no points.
Kick field goals all day. We ain't getting no touchdown.
Their defense wasn't that great last year. Until the Super Bowl. Playoff time, they stepped it up.
Yeah, top 5 in points. That's all I'm saying.
They were 6 in points.
6?
Yeah.
6 points. That's all that matters.
How many points they give up? 16? 20?
20.
Oh,
20.4.
they definitely number 1 in points this year.
20.
I mean, but look at some of the teams that they was giving up these points to. Like Bears scored 31. The Dolphins scored 34. The Titans scored 34. Like, they weren't consistent on defense like this year. This year
This year
is
is a completely. It's
that is my whole point. I just said, like, last year, team, like, you could look at them and be like, yo, this is not the same.
But you could look. But you have to look at they. A lot of people are going to overlook this. They had a great addition in the offseason on the defensive side for the supreme low. Jamie Collins.
Got him right back.
Like them adding Jamie Collins added a complete wrinkle to their defense.
Well, no, that's not my point. That's what I'm saying. Like last year, just looking at them, like, dude, like, look at this. You can say, like, 31 points to the Jaguars, like, 26 points to the Lions. Like, their defense they came out this year, they're the best defensive team in the league right now.
Who are they not giving points up to average 20?
I mean, some of the teams, they held to, like, low amounts.
Like what?
Like 3, 12, 10, 13, 6, 7, you know. So it averaged out, but they weren't necessarily, like, locked down.
Just
You know what I mean?
Points.
Today it was 60 points.
I'm gonna go
They went back this year.
with Belichick for the longevity. I think if you're gonna, you just gotta look at the range of his Super Bowls, right? Like, I mean,
Decades.
Yeah, and he's still going to them.
We about
You know
to be
what
in
I'm
another
saying?
decade.
Yeah, and he's still going to them. He's got the most playoff wins. He's got the most Super Bowl appearances. I think that's gonna go unnoticed. We're only gonna talk about the 6 rings, but we're not gonna talk about him actually getting there 9 times.
The preparation you have to have your team ready to be able to compete for Super Bowls, let alone get to the playoffs on a year in and year out basis. Like, come on, man. It's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I would have to say that, and just his ability to keep whatever team that he has focused. I mean, we know that comes with the territory when you become a New England Patriot, but not losing the locker room after so long can become a job in itself.
People are gonna forget Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
went to New England.
Yeah, they're gonna forget all about he even
Damn,
played
we
the
mentioned
game.
his name again.
Yeah, there we go.
Damn.
Week 6 in a row.
I'm gonna go Bill Belichick, and the only reason I'm gonna go Bill Belichick is because he's not tied to a scheme, right? Like Bill Walsh was an offensive-minded coach, and I believe on the offensive side you have a system and you have a scheme that works, right? Like the West Coast offense is still used to this day, but I believe that the West Coast offense cannot be ran the way it was ran back then because teams typically that run the West Coast offense don't have the quarterback and the receiver combination that Bill Walsh had to be able to make it successful. But for Belichick, like the way for him to be able to week in and week out come up with a different defensive scheme based on the team that he's facing says a lot. Like to me, that speaks volume. Like if it's a team that's heavy in the run, like that's gonna be their focus. We're gonna stop the run. We're gonna force you to throw it. If it's a team that has a rookie quarterback, he gonna make whatever weakness he finds in that quarterback, he's going to exploit that weakness in that rookie and he's gonna make that rookie beat him. He's gonna make that he's gonna take your strength away and make you beat him.
I feel like we've seen the Patriots win in every single type of way he could win.
We have, and that's why I'm saying I'm gonna give it to Bill, but like that is defense. Like that's all defense in the NFL. Like if it's hard to plan for a defense that's going to change. Like as an offensive team, you had your system, you had your scheme, you have your script of plays, right? Whether it's your first 15, your first 20 plays, you have that script of plays, right? But it's hard to have a script of plays against a Belichick defense because you don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know what they're gonna force you to do. Like, and that's the thing. They're gonna force you to do something that you're not good at. Like if Bill Walsh was just, okay, you're gonna line up like this. We just gonna run this play against that. We're gonna run this play. Belichick is more so, we're gonna be in this front, right? And then if you start to beat that front, then they go to the sideline and they're like, okay, now we're gonna start doing this. Like, I think that's the biggest thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question before we get off the topic. Can Belichick game plan for Walsh's offense?
Oh.
With Jerry Rice and Montana on the
Yes.
Oh,
flags,
man.
okay.
Oh, that's tough. Honestly, I would have to say no. Because it was more than just Jerry Rice and Montana. Like, you had Dwight Clark at the tight end position. You had, I want to say Ricky Waters was the running back at that time. But I could be wrong. But their running back was good when they were winning championships, right, with Walsh. So that's the running back, the receiver, the tight end. Like that, and that's why I said with Belichick, when they play the Cowboys, I'm gonna go back and echo this. When they play the Cowboys, if the Cowboys are at full strength, if the Patriots are able to keep the Cowboys to 10 points or less, even 14 points or less, right? 17 points or less. Like, if they're able to keep the Cowboys 17 points or less, that's a damn good defensive performance, right? Because they have a tight end, they got a running back, and they have when healthy, they have 3 receivers that can be dangerous at any given point in time. So that will mean that we have to be fully prepared on all 3 levels of our defense. I ain't never seen Bill be able to do that.
For an elite team like that.
For an elite team like
Roger Craig
I saw him do it one time.
was the running back.
that. Okay.
I saw him do it one time, and I saw him do it with the Rams.
Which Rams thing?
The
The greatest show on turf?
greatest show on turf.
Yeah, but that's still sketchy. Like that, I mean, let's be real. They allegedly stole signs. So, and the Rams still were able to put up points.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. But the Rams were still able to put up points. It came down to a game-winning field goal. So
it was 30-27.
Rams beat the Rams twice.
Super Bowl. What's Super Bowl?
Beat the Rams twice.
Well, the Rams the second time ain't quite the Kurt Warner Rams.
Not even
I
close.
wouldn't even compare those two, but
3 points.
20-17. So I take that back.
It was a close
The
game.
Rams only scored 17 points. So he had. I mean, yeah, he's done it before. He's done it, yeah. But I don't. Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice is a different beast.
That's Dwight Clark. Man.
The 3 receivers the Cowboys have, you put them together, they don't add up to Jerry Rice. You just put them in a pot, stir it up, slow cooking in the crock pot.
Which receivers you talking about?
Whoever the Cowboys
Mark
have,
Cooper, Randall Cobb, and Michael Gallup.
Put them 3 together, they still don't equal Jerry Rice.
They
I
don't.
thought you was talking about I thought you was talking about Irvin.
He's Irvin only.
No, I thought you was talking about the receiving core that they had then.
No, not back then when they was
So Jared, I'm gonna have to go back and say yeah.
So,
He would be.
it was-
But I don't. Jerry Rice is just a different beast, man. That's a god dog.
It is.
That's a different. Well, okay, let me ask this: do I get to pick different defenders that Bill has coached, or do I have to pick one team?
Yeah, I picked one team.
Oh
You
man,
put together your own team.
Yikes.
Yeah, that'd be
my
easy.
God.
I'm giving you one team. You got you only get one.
Oh man, that's tough.
This
49ers also
this
were
Patriots
14-2
team?
that year.
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
You said the Rams were?
49ers 14-2. Yeah, they won the Super Bowl.
Oof, that's tough. Cause I gotta ask, like, which
Which team would you want?
is
defensive team would you want?
But even then, I gotta ask which corner do I want? Like, do I want Ty Law? Do I want Tyler and Lloyd Malloy? Do I want Darrell Reeves and Brandon Browner? Or do I want Stephon Gilmore and McCourty? Like, shit. I mean, I can
Who was
even.
the safety with Law? Was it Rodney?
Yeah.
Rodney Harrison.
I would
Yeah.
go with that.
But I could, like, I mean, you got to think about some of the Patriots teams that didn't win. Like, they had Asante Samuels at a point in time.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you gotta look at this? I might be wrong, but this defensive team, actually, this defense we had this year is probably the best defensive team they
That was the best defensive team I've seen them have in a while.
ever. Like
Like, in a
even with
while.
Ty Law, Brandon Brown, all of this.
I'm not saying that.
I can't. I mean, we got to go back and look at it, but man,
Statistically,
Woo!
yes.
I mean, that's what matters though, right?
Yeah, man, listen.
Man,
I don't think they
We've
give
also
a
talked about how they haven't played anybody.
not a soul.
And we also
Especially the
forget.
offensive.
I mean, then you got to think about the era. Like, are they playing in the era where you could beat the receiver up down the field? I'm taking Ty Law and Lloyd Malloy because they was gonna beat you up.
Who you got?
Who?
He went with Belichick.
Come on, man. I ain't need to hit play A or B. Whichever one you see. I ain't need to hear him. Whichever one Belichick, I knew I was picking.
Man, look.
It ain't matter.
Social media. Instagram, at Goodfellas Podcast. I spelled with a 3 instead of an E. Twitter, at Goodfellas87. YouTube, Goodfellas Podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Facebook, like the page. And we are on Apple Podcasts, where they can.
Subscribe, rate, and review.
On the game. This has been a lengthy episode.
Woo!
I'm tired.
Yeah, don't expect this shit to be up anytime soon.
Shout outs, anybody?
Shout out the Bowen Boilermakers football team. Second win in a row. 22-8.
Heard y'all was deflating balls over there.
Well, you know, we got to do what we got to do. You know, but
And cheating ain't trying.
you know, we actually, they actually building the football team, building the program, and the morale of the school is up. You know, people are excited. Football is winning. It's just gonna transition right on into basketball. So it's gonna be a good thing, man.
All right.
It's gonna be a good thing.
Fly.
Well, I guess we'll stay on high school football. Shout out my cousin Donovan. This last Friday, 35-yard touchdown pass.
Nice.
Took about 4 or 5 kids to get there.
You got on video?
I do got it on video.
Give it up.
And then
Great job, man.
and also the home with Flossmoor Vikings secured a spot in the playoffs.
Oh.
So they will be going to the playoffs. They got 2 more games to wrap up a high seed. Both home games too. So my cousin's senior night is be in 2 weeks. So
Okay.
you know, shout out to them,
How
man.
many games they play?
Nah.
So why in the city they only play 8?
City.
Yeah, man. Curfew.
Makes sense.
Why?
I got shout out. Yo, shout out my mama for all these throwback pictures. Wait till Thursday. It's going down.
Oh Lord.
I got something in the vault. Oh yeah.
Goodness.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Boof, you got a shout out? Why you got that scarf
Just
on?
be happy that book belongs to you, Ray. Cause I'll be making people lie, make me mad, boy. Woo!
Why you got that scarf on over
It's a
there?
little chilly outside, man. The weather drop. It's like 42 degrees. Gotta keep that neck warm.
Alright, cool, man. So, we ain't gonna be back next week. Not on Tuesday.
Nah, on Tuesday.
Not on Tuesday. Y'all make sure y'all watch those NBA games. Meet us at the sport book. Okay. That's what it's called, right? The sport book? Is it the book?
The book.
The book. Catch us at the book.
Okay.
I'll be there Friday. That all we got?
Yeah.
That's all we got, man.
This episode is 4 hours and 48 minutes. God, dog. Until next week, at some point, we will holler at y'all. Love, live life.